Sorry for the delay getting rolling. Somebody was on time. So, welcome y'all. This is going to be a fun one. See, we're missing a couple. So instead of having two of our characters miss out this time, we're going to run a one-shot. So one-shot is actually going to take place in a world that I've been building for, 2 years, off and on, trying to get this thing rolling. Well, eventually, once I'm wrapped up with the original campaign, I'll probably be in this world that you guys are just about to step into. There's been nobody... This has never been played in before, so it's all new info, all new stuff, all new locations. So it's going to be fun. So, any other stuff you want to talk? I saw that Red hit 8K.
Yeah, she hit 8K.
Good for her, congrats. She's got her dice stuff up and rolling.
Mm-hmm. That's right, she does. Yeah, she's got an Instagram page for dice specifically, so that's exciting.
Yep. Get some dice, yeah. Mine's kind of slowed down because I'm back in school, so I'm trying to get some stuff done. I still want to get some decoding with you guys done.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, yes.
Just couldn't get it done last week, so maybe this week we'll get her done. So, anything else, guys? Before we get rolling into
happy to be back.
It's because I was happy to be back.
Mm-hmm.
Back and playing.
That's right. Whoa.
Well, what's the rolling, dude? So, let me read this. Give you guys kind of an idea of where you are, the world that you're now stepping into. So, let's do this. I'm going to read this straight from what I sent to you guys. So, give me one moment as I pull this up. Okay. Kill that for a minute. There we go. Okay. Come on, load. There we go. Okay. Welcome to Ionastria. In the beginning, the cosmic seas of times contained all that was, is, and shall to come in one reality. During the time of consciousness, the seven arose from the coalescing energies of light and dark. As they grew in power, each drew from the threads of existence. Eventually, like all growing beings, they began fighting for control of these cosmic forces, the elements, and the fabric of reality itself. As the War of the Seven raged, Dagon, the first of the seven, gave part of his essence and power to a new creation. Gigantic entities that were sent through the cosmos to fight for their creator. These titans helped Dagon capture and imprison the other 6 primes. Doing this, however, required that Dagon himself be imprisoned. This final act became known as the Shattering. The Shattering broke reality and time. Once the elements, life and death, were one with the arcane and the divine. Having been bent and forced by the will of the seven, upon their imprisonment, these threads literally shattered. The endless sea was now separated into plains and weaves of wild energy. After the shattering, the Titans, having served their purpose, were flung across the seas of reality. One of these Titans, Iona, came to rest at the boundaries between the newly formed plains. His body collapsed in on itself and eventually formed this new material world of Ionastria. The fallen Titans gave rise to the realms of mortals and fae across the multiverse. Some were cast into the far reaches of the light, becoming beacons of divine energies. Others were cast into the expanding darkness, becoming anchors of death and fear. Ionastria was born amidst this disorder and chaos, As one of the first and oldest of the mortal worlds, Ionastria is balanced between these ever-turning forces of light and dark. The essence of the Titans contains weaves of the divine and arcane magic that now surrounds the world, giving life and order to much of the land and seas. These Titans remain connected through time and distance, and now form the pantheon of the mortal races. Whispers of a rising power have been passed from generation to generation over millennia. The balance of these forces appears to be unraveling. Ancient omens are manifesting themselves through the nations of the world. Truth speakers and prophets have seen the signs of a coming darkness. Come travel the lands of Ionastria. Discover the tides that control these factions. From the peaks of Dagenheim and the frozen glaciers of the north to the frozen continent of Sorth in the south. Ancient gods are awakening from their slumbers. New gods exert control over their minions. The world feels as a bowstring ready to be loosed. Welcome to Ionastria.
Excited.
Nice.
So, we are going to be stepping into the nation known as Lantrith. Lantrith is a very large landmass on the northern edge of the map. If we can pull this up here. So, oh, come on. It doesn't work too well on here. So, let's go through. One of you guys have the map pulled up?
I haven't pulled up.
So if we want to show these guys, just kind of look at the map. If you guys can pull it up, and we'll go through kind of where you are, kind of what the world is.
Uh-oh. What did that break? No.
So far to the north, pull this up here. Like this. If you guys can see it.
Oh, nice.
So the north, and I guess it's about this. I'm trying like backwards. The northern peaks of Dagenheim are a massive wall of peaks, storm-covered, snow-covered, massive mountain ranges that stretch as high and as far as you can see. This area is controlled by large dwarven capital cities, industrial, and massive industrial centers mining anything that can do with the dwarven magic. There are large roving barbarian tribes, dragonborns, Goliaths, rock gnomes, and the massive dwarven capital city of Yggdrasil. This is where you find areas known for armor. Wonderful armor from the dwarves. Gems, stones, large shipping of anything that could be used to build stone monuments, stone fortresses that get shipped throughout the entire world. Next to Dagenheim is Lantrith to the east. Lantrith is a large landmass of highlands and rolling plains as it slopes further and further to the east. There are large moors, peat bogs, open ranges, large farming communities, and the center of this entire region is the Vancilian Academy. Here is Lantrith. So we'll pass it around. Lantrith is broken up into 6 different duchies that are ruled by the prominent families: the Durgam family, the Blackmire family, the Rolfon family, the Tinstall family, and the Bartholomew families. The Van Cillian Academy is a massive white marble city that is a center of magic. There are 8 large buildings that surround this academy that are the centers of each of the different schools of magic throughout the entire world. It is its own, and it has heady sway over this entire region. Each of the duchies rely on this magocracy for strength, for protection, for wealth, but several of them try to push a little more influence than they should.
Onto the magic place, or
Mhm.
them on the duchy?
The duchies are, some of them are very independent, but they all hold sway and they all rely on the magocracy.
Right.
Sending their best people there, relying on them for trade for everything else. So this is where you will be playing, is in the middle of Lantrif. Let's see. South of Lantrif, on the eastern border, there's a small piece of land that juts out into the sea. That is the nation of Portha. Portha is a human kingdom that is extremely powerful for the size that it is. This area is well known for a large banking syndicate called the Elysius. The Elysius has its fingers in just about everything, literally. They have large mercenary armies that are for hire. They answer to no one, and they really have no other nations that they call friends, but every other nation respects and fears them. Let's see. On the other side, if you go from Portha, Lantrif, and looking out into the seas, there is the Malakoa Isles. The Malakoa Isles are a large area of open ocean, and they are it's a large federation of 6 massive islands and 9 smaller island nations that all feed into this federation. There are humans, genassis, dragonborn, orcs, all sorts of elemental issues out there with water plane things. That area is very full of chaos that this federation is trying to hold together. The part of the world was shattered when that area was formed. It's kind of you can see in the middle there's one large island, and then there's larger rings of land that come out. There was something that hit there and broke the world apart, and that is the remnants of what hit there. Below, coming back into the middle, across the center of the entire world is a massive jungle. The Chardonian jungle runs around the entire circumference of Ionastria. This area is full of, this is probably your food. This area is full of dark ancient sources of wild magic. The largest river masses run through this area. It is very thick, mysterious jungle that only the bravest of souls dare to venture through, trying to get from the northern kingdoms and lands to the south. Crashing through this massive area of jungle is extremely difficult. It can be done, but it's extremely difficult. Off the other side of to the west, the large island kingdom of Dakisidor, which is an elven, fae-controlled, druidic society. Not real friendly to many. on the outside. This area is deep, deep ties to nature, the flows of life, creation, and wild magic. Sorcerers, druids, rangers from throughout the entire world try to go there to be trained by these elves and this society that lives there. Some are taken, some are accepted, some go and never return. Many are rejected before they even step foot on the island. Straight north of that island, there is a large desert region. The Dagenheim Mountains block the majority of the weather and the currents that come through, so that entire region was thrown into decay, loss. It went from a very fertile area, a lot like Lantreth, and now became this massive sweeping dunes as far as the eye can see of dunes, and every once in a while some travelers adventure out there, but there is a very, very evil area out on the end that is known as the Black Citadel. There are roving bands that still do slave trading. There are some war chief tribal entities that still live around the area but don't go as far as the Black Citadel. Traveling through that area is very treacherous, obviously, for many, many reasons. This is where you will find a lot of the earth elements that are heavily drawn upon. It's a very dark place, very unforeboding, very unforgiving. Now we move to the south. Crossing the Chardonian jungle, you arrive in Atalan. Atalan is a open plain area that runs from the coast towards the Malako Isles across almost the entire width of the entire continent. Atalan is it's broken up into basically warring bands of, there are 6, I guess you could call them city-states that are broken into. They have guilds that basically run the entire area. The 6 large city-states have a ruling family and a guild that is tied to each of those. These guilds are known for constant skirmishing between each other, but even more so towards Guveta, which is the Guvetian Empire that's down further, that is the Tiefling-controlled area. Those two, even the 6 nations and the 6 city-states, the factions that are in Atalan, will band together against anybody or anything coming out of the Guvetian Empire. They blame the Guvetian Empire for the fall of their Cathedral of Storms, which is on the map. If you look at it, it is a wasteland around there. Something happened back in some times that is now surrounded by what is called the Broken Groves. Massive areas of once fertile jungle trees are now barren, blackened, and the land around there is death and decay, and they blame the Guvetian Empire for what happened. The Guvetian Empire is the southern kingdom. It is Tiefling controlled, large population center of nearly 20,000 people, mostly Tiefling and Drow. Heavy magic use coming out of there of all kinds, but very dark magic also rolling out of there. The capital city is referred to across the entire world as once you see the black walls of Darkir, you're close. It is a massive citadel city that sits up on blackened cliffs, obsidian walls, massive spikes. Very, very hard to get up to and into that city. They have what is called the Thunderstone Mines, run by the Brimstone Corporation, that have been digging deep into the world for some odd reason. It's a place that even the Gavetian Empire, if they have issues, they will sell these people to them to be sent to the mines as punishment. You don't want to end up in the mines. And finally, across the sea at the very south is the frozen glacial lands of Surith. There are some small hunting outposts that will go around this massive landmass that goes up to a very large mountain range in the middle of this land. And there's rumors that have come out of there that there appears to be some sort of a very large structure or something that is either has forced its way out or has been jabbed into the world itself. But those are tales that you hear in taverns and along the trails. And there's something down there that does not feel right. There are tales of skinwalkers, of clans that move through there, that these hunting parties will go out hunting, whatever, and disappear. It's very, very cold, very, very frozen, and has some very, very dark energy. So this is the world that you have now stepped into. So for this, again, you guys are in Lantrif, far, far to the north. Your crew came together within the last 6 months. Each of you found yourself near the kingdom of, or the duchy of Rolfan, which is the central kingdom. A couple of you first found your way to Blackmire City, which is the very large duchy on the coast. And there you were taken into service, looking for work. Were sent to Rolfan. Rolfan is it's mostly centered on farming. It's extremely peaceful for the most part. There are obviously areas of issues of wild magic that breaks through, that of roving bands of thieves, highwaymen, and you have been asked over the last 6 months to escort trading caravans to and from some of the smaller cities, just basically handling anything that the ruling family and the clan asks you to do. The duchies, they pay well. They're not the richest of the duchies out here, but they treat anybody and everybody that comes into their area kindly. They're accepting until you do something stupid, and then they are extremely harsh. Within the last, say, 2 to 3 days, your contact in the city asked you to head south to a small town that is down on the very border. Where's this little map here? So, you guys had left from Rolfan, which is the center. The entire duchy is named after the family, and that also takes the name of the capital cities in each. Mm-hmm. So you're in the capital city, but it's also part of the same duchy. There are smaller towns around. So a couple of you come from Blackmire, and in Rolfan, you have been asked to head south to a very small town down here called Kidwy.
What was the name of it?
Kidwy. Kidwy. Kidwy is a... Kidwy.
Going down
Kidwy. Kidwy is a small farming community. It is on the border of this water, the large body of water that runs basically through the center of the continent. Mm-hmm. Is called Stormlock. The Stormlock Mountains surround this all around it on each side. And just along the edge here of where Kidwee is, you are being asked to head into that area on request from the mayor. Has sent a request asking for assistance. Each of you know that approximately 30-ish years ago, there was a roving band of orcs that came north out of the Chardonian jungles and were raiding all along the coast of Stormlock. As they came north, they made it into the southern region, the southern areas of the Rolfon Duchy. This city, or this small town of Kidwee, was one of the hardest hit. These clans came through, would take anybody they could get off into the woods, and they set up basically a center that they would go out from, raid out. So they set up their own place. This often what is called the Ravenglen Woods. The Ravenglen Woods are a dark forest, ancient forest that runs along the peaks and along the backside of this mountain range, just before it heads into the lowlands where these farming communities are all built and running along there. After this orc clan was pushed out about 15 years ago, the towns are slowly being repopulated, but this small town of Kidwee is having a lot of trouble with getting anything to grow. They are having issues that they believe that the land is fighting back against them, that something is there that has been killing off animals, killing off crops, and they are asking for any assistance that they can come in. They are very close to where where everybody believed this orc clan had set up their center is not too far from this town of Kidwee, but they don't know where this is, but they are asking for any help because they are losing crops, they're losing kids, they're losing animals. Something is going wrong in this area. So you were approached, asked by the royal family there, the duchies, to head south to Kidwee, figure out what's going on, report back. You're given rein to handle what you need. If it is something that the duchies need to know about, they will provide more assistance. You guys are kind of sent out as a first scouting party into these areas. They grab different groups that come in, hire groups to guard things, and then we'll send you out. So this is where you have been brought together within the last 6 months. You know who each other are. Maybe not super well, but you do know who each other are. So this adventure picks up as you guys are heading south, following the road out of Rolfon. You've been on the road traveling with your caravan heading south for the last probably 2 to 3 days. You think you're getting pretty close to where Kidwee is. And this is where we pick up as you're heading along. You notice as you're going further and further south, it's all rolling lands, very fertile plains, to now you're getting closer to more trees. It's getting a little more forested. And as you're getting closer to where Kidwee should be, you're getting into some very thick forest. So, if you want to roll around, let's go around and introduce who you are.
All right. So, my character's name is Gemini, spelled Gemini. He's a probably middle-aged, 30s, 40s male human. Kind of unkempt in regards to his beard and hair. His hair is probably down to his shoulder, kind of curly, graying a little bit. And then his beard is not too long, but it's definitely just kind of poofing out, just all sorts of crazy. Has some tattered robes on at once. They probably looked really nice, like nice blue robes that have dulled down to more of a gray. And but very jovial, very happy looking. Yeah, that's Gemini.
Alright, so I'm Ulara, 6'2" copper dragonborn, barbarian, mostly wears leathers and furs, pretty plain colors, and wields a great axe, covered in scars. The most notable would be one running through her left eye that kind of gives that eye a more milky appearance. Let's see. That's like not too much exciting, just a giant copper dragonborn covered in scars, armed to the teeth, that's about it.
It's the reason she was sent to go out and guard things. Cool.
Right, Enzo. Enzo's a fire genasi, wearing studded leather armor, more dark colors, kind of more of like a reddish skin tone with slightly glowing, yellowish ember-like irises. More of kind of like sandy blonde hair, so kind of blondish, not too much. But aside from that, he's got like a sick little like shoulder cape that goes down one side, so that's pretty cool. Otherwise, he's got a long sword and a bow on his back. So yeah.
Galdor is a dwarf paladin, like 4'9", so not very big, but about middle-age-ish. I don't remember, I just know dwarves live a long time, but
He's probably 200 years old.
It's because the dwarf in middle age is old.
we're like 150 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, wears a lot of like gold, greens, kind of like that. Longer brown hair, like dark brown hair, big beard, very well kept. Carries around a big maul.
Nice. So Galdor the dwarf, coming out of the probably the Dagenheim high country. The region you guys are in is very friendly with Dagenheim. The two northern duchies, the one that you are in, and the Durgam duchy are extremely well connected and very friendly with Dagenheim, with the dwarves. There is even stories out of the Durgam duchy that there's probably some dwarvish human breeding that has gone on in that family, the royal family. They're very, very, very connected up through that region. The highlands connecting up into Dagenheim. So most likely the region where your dwarven friend has come down out of the mountains to seek his fortune, look to see what he can find. So you, as you're traveling south, the information that you were given from Kidwe is that this area you're looking for is on the outskirts of the town, up into the forested area. You can choose to head into Kidwe if you want first, or continue south and turning east into the forest area where the missive that was given to you kind of explained where they thought that this place may be. What would you guys like to do?
I should definitely not be the one in charge.
Well, you're the front
I
marching order.
know! That's what I was just noticing.
So the missive you received was basically a cry from the mayor for help.
Uh-huh.
The majority of the town of Kidwe who survived over the last 20 years, came back. They tried. Several have left. There's not very many people left in Kidwe because of all these things that are occurring. They gave you kind of a layout of the lands that are east of Kidwe up into the mountains. And as you head towards Stormlock on the other side of the mountain range, is where the Orc clans would constantly raid out of a couple of these different valleys. They don't know exactly where, but for 10 plus years, these orcs were raiding out of these same two areas, before finally going quiet. The different duchies fought them, tried to push them away, could never really find out where they were centered. The gist is that they thought it was somewhere here close to Kidwee, but about a year ago, the raiding party stopped out of the blue. Just stopped.
Like cold turkey, completely done.
And these families and things started moving back in to retake their lands, and at first it went fine, and then all of a sudden things started dying. These areas everything started dying. The crops would fail, the sudden sicknesses and things would come upon these people. And those that came, there are a few that have stuck around, but the majority have left. And they're trying to figure out why. They're asking for help. So this is where you find yourselves. By now you're at a crossroad. You can either turn south, go into Kidwee, maybe talk to the mayor, or you can turn and go east up the trail that leads up into this area where they think that this, whatever it is that's happening, is going on. So that's kind of where you're at, is you're just coming across. It's getting a little more forested, and you come up over a bridge, and there's a crossroads, and you're like, well, what do you guys want to do?
I don't feel like making this decision. Are we going to town, or are we looking for orcs?
Nice. Oh, well, I say we go into town. Might as well tell the mayor that we're here to help take care of this problem.
Alright. Which way was town?
South.
South. And I will turn south. Yes, I'm an outlander. I can't get that lost.
Okay.
Or else I would be in trouble, I'm sure.
As you turn south, it's not too far off. The road that you came down that leads out of these fertile plains turns up to where it goes up, and you can turn and go higher into the mountains, or you break off and go back south. As you turn and go south, you head down, and just as you rise over a couple of rises, you see this small hamlet town of Kidwee. As you're rolling in, you've been traveling most of the day. It's taken you 2 or 3 days to get to this point. And as you get, don't leave that on the ground, we'll get into it. Go. Stupid. Sit over there.
I was like, I just don't want to roll.
As you start to approach, it's getting towards night. There is only 2 of the maybe 20 buildings that are in this small town that have some smoke coming up out of the chimney. The rest are dark. There's not much light. There's not much noise. It looks, for all intents and purposes, to be either completely shut down or nearly abandoned. As you roll in, you notice as you're coming up over the second rise too that the ground around here is more withered. You came out of very fertile plains up into these forests, and as you turn south and head towards the town, the forests start looking like something's wrong with them. The vibrant, beautiful forests that you were starting to hit are now darkened, sickly. Several dying trees. As you get closer to town, the entire area looks like it's all the grasses are wilting, and a massive swath that you can see, as far as you can see in the fading light, appear to be dying. There are some abandoned fields that look overgrown as you guys make your way further down, going past some of these homesteads that are further out from the town. None of them appear to be active. So they look like they've either been abandoned, or there are plows out in the middle of the field. Looks like you see some dead horses that have probably been dead for a while. Nothing recent. This is kind of the scene as you roll into Kidwee towards the evening. Said there are about 20 buildings that are around. The majority of them are dark. No activity. There are two that have some faint light coming through some windows. One may be an inn, maybe the main building of the town. Who knows? It's not a very large town. Where it feels like to go.
If I was to bet there was food anywhere, I'd think the big ones. I said we go there and get some food.
I could definitely go for food.
I'm always hungry.
Now, tell you what. I'll bet you a whole copper piece. One entire whole copper piece. If we go in there, and it's run by a woman.
Like, I get the copper piece if it's run by a woman.
No, I get the copper piece if it's run by a woman. If it's not, then I give one to you.
Deal.
And if she tries flirting with any of us, you buy me a drink.
A copper piece and a drink. It's all yours. Let's do it.
Alright, here we go.
As I'm munching on food again.
Yeah.
I'm always hungry. Okay, so you're just heading towards the what you think is the inn.
I think the larger.
Yeah. As you roll up, you see that there is some a hitch post out front. There's exit. Walk up and knock on the door. As you knock on the door, it kind of glancing in, there's a small fire that's going off in the corner. Push the door open a little bit more. It appears to be probably what serves as the community center, or probably an inn-ish, if you want to call it that. There's an open kind of a common room, and there's nobody in there as you step in at first. There's a small fire crackling in the corner. There's a couple of other rooms that are off to the side, and a stairwell in the back.
Hello!
You hear kind of a clatter, something upstairs. You hear
Moment of truth, here we go.
coming down the stairs into view, you see a pudgy old man.
Oh.
So he kind of pulls up and oh, hello. He's an older male, bald, kind of pudgy, looks not real well kept. Looks like he tries. He's got what his clothes he thinks maybe kind of nice at one time, or very disheveled. He kind of pulls up his little small glasses, and you see one's cracked across the frames. Oh, hello. Are you from the capital? You the ones that they sent to help?
Of
Pleased to meet you.
course, of course.
Oh, yes. We're here for orcs.
Awesome.
And
Come
food.
in. Yeah, I can do that. Have a seat by the fire. And he's like, hold on. He runs over into the back room here. And he's pushing a stool, like a bench, out of this back room. Pushing it across towards the fire. He's like, sorry. We keep him in there because we don't, if something burns, we don't want the whole city to burn down. He kind of pushes this thing out and sits it down. Have a seat. I'll get some food.
Quite a homey place you have here.
He's like, it was better a few years ago. You look at him, he's smiling now and kind of smiling. He's got massive bags under his eyes. He looks tired, worn.
So is it just the one bench for all four of us to sit on, or are there like...
Right now.
Okay. No, I was just checking.
Yeah, the room's, it's not a big room. It's like, you guys can fit in there, sit on this bench, towards fire. I can get a couple more chairs, just give me a minute.
I can get them for you. And I'm just going to start walking towards the room where we got the bench.
As you step into the back room, you see that it looks like everything that was in this common room has been basically stashed back in this room and stacked. Like they've cleared out that room. So he hands a couple, and you can even fold a small table and push it out and set it up for you guys. So it takes you a few minutes, but he sets it up, helps you set it up. He says, I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. I guess you guys got my missive. My name is Vincent Glencourt. I'm, the mayor of what used to be Kidney. There's only 5 of us that are still here.
Did I hear you right? You said 5.
There's 5 people of the 200 that used to live here.
That's
The
not
rest of
very
the
many.
families have left. No. Well, if you stick around here long, that's the reason I asked for help. You'll probably see why. Food. He kind of chucks up. He actually has to go upstairs. Takes
I'll
a
lean
look.
over to Enzo. If he still flirts with you, does that still mean he has to buy you a drink?
Let me review over the terms and conditions of our deal and our contract. Yes, yes.
Was my copper?
You'll get your copper piece here in a minute, alright? Give me a chance. I'm trying to snip after my coin purse, come on.
I mean, you did make a deal.
I did make a deal, I did. Fine. Here's your copper piece.
Nice.
I try and catch it.
Clunk, clunk, clunk. About 5-10 minutes later, he comes down. He's kind of holding comes down, and what he brings down is small bags. He sets them on the table, pulls it open, and it's like dried meat and dried breads. He's like, I'm sorry, this is all we have. These are stores that, and you notice as he sets these down, the bags have the royal from the duchy that are probably from the stores from the capital that have been shipped down here. He's like, we've tried to plant other things. We've tried. All of our animals keep coming up sick. So I'm sorry. That was all I have. And there's dried meat. There's some breads, some cheeses. He places these down and he says, "Help yourself." Turns around, goes back upstairs, and comes back down with 2 large pitchers, or massive clay things with a big stopper in them.
Mm-hmm.
Comes down, sets them on there, and they're full of red wines that are actually from way up north. Nice, good wine.
Vincent, was it?
Yes.
This is incredibly generous of you, thank you.
Oh, well, a few years ago, this would have been a lot better. Sorry, this is what you guys have to come to.
No, don't apologize. We didn't come here to eat you out of house and home. But we do appreciate the hospitality.
If there's anything you guys can help us with, figure out why everything's getting sick, why things are dying again. We just want our town back.
Any suggestions where we could start looking to help?
He says, well, he kind of sits back, and there's not really a chair room for him, so he just kind of leans over against the wall as you guys are kind of huddled around this small table in this small room. There is a nice warm fire going, but he's kind of leaning over against the wall. He says, in east of here, when we came back, things were good. We went back to normal. We tried. Several started planting crops again. The first sprouts came out. We thought we were good. And then something happened. There was something that came from east of here up in the valleys. There was something that came. The children said that there was whispers that they started hearing on the winds that were coming out of there's always winds that come out of the valleys that come down, the canyons that come down towards the town. But the children started saying there were whispers on the winds that were giving them nightmares. This same wind started bringing with it what we couldn't figure out if it was insects or what. But something from the east has come out of there. We've sent people into the woods trying to find, and unfortunately they've not come back.
Any of them?
None of them. So after the fourth one, people didn't want to go anymore. So people started leaving when crops all failed. Entire. They would go to bed and wake up the next morning. Their entire field was dead. In the next field, in the next field, and the animals started dying. Strange sicknesses, and as you can see, there's only the 5 of us that are still here. This is where I was born and raised. I want my town back. I don't want to live anywhere else. So, but I'm too old to try and go into those woods. I'm sorry, I wish I knew more. We've been trying to figure out what this is and why. First the orcs come and take all of our children, and then once they disappear and we come back, now this. It's almost like the land doesn't want us here.
Vincent, how long are you planning on staying?
Till I have no more food and or I die in my shoes. This is where I was born and raised. This is where I intend to die. Just didn't expect it to be this year.
Well, how about I pour us all some of that wine? Yeah, good idea. Good
Okay,
idea.
he kind of snaps out of his, like, staring into the fire too, and, oh, I'm sorry, cracks it open. The wine comes from the northern regions, which is very, very good wine, which is surprising for everything else that you have down here. He says, these have been sitting up in our storage for the last 15 years. Figure finally had some people that are willing to help us and break out the good stuff. Might as well drink it now if I'm not going to be here.
Hopefully you'll still be here. That's why
Hopefully.
we're here, right?
I sure hope so.
You know, I don't know about the rest of you, but I do know that our good friend Galdor here he just has such a way with words. Such a way with words just to liven up people, to, bring energy and life into their souls. I don't know, just give us something riveting.
See Vincent's eyes kind of. Oh, are you? Haven't had too many dwarves come through in the last few years.
Not only is he a dwarf,
Can you sing?
he's so good at singing. He's so good.
His
Like a
eyes
heavenly
light up.
voice. Not only is he a holy man, but he sings holy.
His eyes light up, and he's like, "Man, Vilgo was the last dwarf that I knew, and I'd get him a few rounds of ale, and the singing would go on for hours. That was good times."
We give him enough wine, he's not going to stop all night.
He's like, pushes the wine towards you.
Oh, go on, Galdor, for all time's sake.
I think I'll have to have some more of this. I'll just start
Start
drinking,
hammering.
yeah?
Yes.
He's like, okay.
Please share the wine.
You guys eat, take your time. I'll go get. We'll have 2 rooms that are small. This acts as our inn, our city council, you name it. This was the. We've got a couple rooms. Let me go get them ready. I didn't know when or if we would even get anybody here. So.
No, I mean, I'm more than comfortable to just sit here right by the fire tonight.
Well, either way, I'll go get a couple rooms ready. And he kind of nods and wanders upstairs, and you hear him kind of moving some stuff around and just up above you guys. It's a small wooden structure, nothing nice.
Yeah.
And it looks like it probably was at one time, but since these guys have been back in town trying to get back on their feet, they haven't done a lot of improvements. You can tell that there was probably some war, some fighting stuff that went on that they were trying to clean up, but now it's just very dilapidated. It's just very run down, tired looking area. So he's upstairs getting your rooms ready. Anything else you guys want to do? You want to sing us a song?
Come on, Galdor, use your holy man abilities. Draw on heavenly inspiration guide your singing. He's a nice man, though.
Sing a song of the ancients.
Oh, yeah. I can go for it.
It's up to you. Anything else you guys want to do?
Well, what do you all think of all this so far?
I'm good for fighting anything. Though this town is kind of shit. I've seen animals with bigger cities.
That's very well put. Very well put, Alara. Thank you.
Welcome.
Gemini. Gemini, come on, man.
Gemini.
Gemini.
We're almost there.
Gemini. Gemini.
Nice. What can I do for you?
What do you think of all this?
I don't.
Think of anything of it.
I think originally we were here for money, and now I'm just curious on what all this is.
I know, because apparently, like, the orcs came and took their kids, and then the whole town left. They're like, oh, it's not safe. And then they come back. They come back.
Yes.
Do you have a Twitch?
No, I was just checking to make sure that Vincent wasn't coming down the stairs. They come back, and they're like, oh, it's okay, let's go back to the place where our kids were taken away by orcs, like, how many years ago? And
Less
then,
than one.
No, I thought they never left here.
oh, that makes a lot
Until
more sense.
the death.
It's a blight?
Sickness?
Yeah, it's a blight,
I
right?
don't know.
And crops fail, and livestock dies, and then people starve. I think that's what they were talking about, and they're like,
And then I believe they left.
bugs from the east! I don't know.
I believe it is then they left.
That would make more sense.
You're a little daft.
A little bit.
Yeah. I just want the singing. That's all I want. I want the singing.
Do you need more booze?
Yeah.
Song!
All booze.
Galdo.
Honestly, I'm with her. I just want to kill a stinky orc.
Pretty much, yeah.
No, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
It is a bit weird that the orcs would just stop coming.
I know. Who knows? Maybe if we find some orcs who'll be like, hey, why'd you guys leave? It's free real estate. And then they'll be like, oh, well, we didn't like the land. It was killing us. Who knows? Maybe they'll give us more information.
That's a fair point, actually. That was really insightful.
Or maybe they died
I
already.
know, it's really strange. I'm not a very wise person, but sometimes I can be.
Or maybe they're already dead from whatever this is.
You know what? That would tell us a lot, too.
Or, look at this place. Like, don't want to be here. They probably don't want to be here.
that's a fair point, too.
True.
That's a
They-
fair point.
They
Why'd you
already
disappear?
took all the
Well,
children.
look.
They already took all the children.
look at the place. It looks like garbage. We didn't want our slaves to be on the land. That's how bad it is. If we find an orc and they don't sound like that, I'm going to be so disappointed.
I'm pretty sure they speak Orcish.
Who knows? Maybe they're educated. They could be intelligent.
True.
They could be cultured. I don't know. I've never met one before. What are they like?
You've never met an orc.
Usually they are
No, I
quite
mean-
mean.
I mean, I've met like half orcish people, and they seem pretty nice. You know, and they're the stories, like the picture books that they give to the kiddies of just like, oh, don't go into the woods, don't go out into the wilderness, or this big scary man with tusky teeth will come take you away.
You can usually smell them before you.
Is that too? They are not
Before
normally
this.
very nice.
Galdor, can you verify if this is correct information?
They're typical.
Oh, Galdor speaks, and thus it shall be written.
The quiet dwarf, as you mentioned, orcs, gets a little bit of a he's had some heavy dealings with Orc clan breaking that through where he's from.
You've dealt with a lot of orcs in your time, haven't you?
There's been plenty here and there.
And that's called insight. Tell us more.
Sing us a song about it.
Yes, yeah, sing us. Come on, sing us a song of your glorious, what's
glorious
it called?
battle.
Crusade. Your crusade against the orcs in the north. Galdor's crusade.
He's like, yeah, get right on that.
If I was a bard,
Yeah.
that'd be amazing. We've just all been bards.
Oh, that'd be amazing. We're all bards.
Oh my gosh, have you
Yeah,
ever done a
troop of
bard
bards.
shot? They're
Oh
so
my gosh,
fun.
troop
No,
of bards.
I want to
That
do a
would be
bard shot
fun.
so bad.
They're so fun.
We should have done that for this.
Next one.
I like
You had your choice.
Yeah, we did. We could have all collaborated with it. But
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
That's okay.
next time.
Next time.
Next time.
Next time.
So
Next time.
now, 20, 30 minutes later, Vincent comes back downstairs and says, "Hey, we've got 2 rooms upstairs. If you guys need anything else, just bang on my door. I'm gonna try and get some sleep. Don't know. Have a little more work to do in the morning, so I'm gonna try and get some sleep. Can't thank you enough for coming. If there's anything we can get you, if we have it left, it's yours." He says, oh, he runs out the door and you hear him out there kind of grabbing your horses. You have a couple of horses and he leads them around. You hear him leading them around back into a small stable to put the horses up. So it's going to take a few minutes out there to put your horses away for you.
Not only is he mayor, but he's also a stable hand, innkeeper, and what else? Everything else?
Well, in a town of a population of a grand total of 5, I think that does make him everything. I mean, he's a very kind man. If he wasn't so kind, I'd probably assume he was taking our horses out back to not sell them, but probably just, I don't know, save them from meat.
I mean, based on how it's going, we'll see if they're alive in the morning.
You know what? That's maybe we no.
Maybe it would be better to just use them for meat.
I was actually gonna say maybe we should bring him inside, but that's a lot better of an idea.
Like, let's bring inside and pet him. She's like,
Food! They are food!
The transportation.
No.
What do you think? What do you think the other 4 people do?
Oh, that's the real good question.
One probably bakes.
With
What?
what?
Yes.
They probably don't bake right now, huh?
Bone powder from horses.
they make glue.
Delicious.
Yeah, they make
Horse
glue.
hoof glue.
They,
Yeah.
one maybe?
Bone broth.
Clothing, maybe.
Apparently bone broth has a lot of like really good like nutritional qualities. I've never had it.
Well, if we're killing the horses, we can try it.
All you
Bone broth! Hey, there we
Bone
go.
broth breakfast.
all you have to do is boil the bones.
Bone broth. Okay. So we have the mayor, who's also the stable hand innkeeper.
The head honcho.
Head honcho. Yeah. We'll call him head honcho. I like that. I like that word. Honcho. He's the head honcho.
Honcho.
He's the head honcho. And then we've got the baker and a candlestick maker.
Probably a blacksmith.
Blacksmith.
Tailor.
That's right, because when they kill the horses, boy, they gotta do something with the horseshoes. They've got saddles on horses, so maybe someone works with leather. Probably the baker.
Probably
Or
the
was it
blacksmith / tailor.
That's right, the blacksmith tailor. Someone to weave all the horses' hair.
Let's see. You've heard of Kidwee before, growing up. Kidwee was known for the certain type of oats and some of the different grains that were grown right here in this region that the brewers and things from around the entire
nation of Lantriff really loved what came out of this area.
So it was more of a brewery and
It
grain.
was, these are all farms. It's a massive farming area, but for whatever reason, it's like wine country where you grow grapes. The oats and barley and things that were grown in this region are like world renowned. And there was a lot of money that was dumped in here several years ago. But once these orcs started raiding through and burning fields and coming through, this place went into decline in a hurry. All the money that was used buying these things disappeared. So that's probably one of a couple of reasons that these families are so
Want their beer
wanting
back.
to hold on. They want that. They're proud of where they came from, of what kid we used to be. There's a lot of around this area. There's a lot of gnome and halfling boroughs and villages that are very close to Kidwee that all kind of help. This is Kidwee's mostly human, but it was a very well known area. Small town stuff, but the oats and the barley and stuff that came out of this region, it's like the grapes that are grown in other regions. Very well known. What it can make, the brews and the things that they would make with it were amazing. So, and one of the reasons why the duchy even cares to send people down here,
So
they're like, yeah, we want to get that back too, because that puts a good light on the duchy, so they want to help them get this area back to what it was. So Kidwee's just one of the towns. There's several within probably 30 miles along this area that are small communities. Kidwee was the biggest, 20 to 30 buildings. The other ones are 5-10 buildings, smaller. And you have the gnome areas that kind of dot this whole area, but mostly just massive fields that are now with the dying empty and mostly dead. So that's kind of the backstory for this whole region.
I share that tidbit of information, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you kind of tell them about it. And, as he was telling you kind of what this area was, give you a little bit more history of who these people are. Vincent comes back in and he's got hay and shit in his hair. And sorry, they should be good. They're in the stable out back. Fresh water, fresh hay for them. I'm gonna go to bed. He's just like tired. Again, rooms are upstairs. Go up the stairs. My room's on the right. Your two will be the two on the left. So have a good night. I'll see you guys in the morning. Unless there's anything else you need right this minute.
I think we're good.
Thank you again for coming. He kind of grabs the wall and waddles himself up to the stairs and here and shut his door.
Wait. I mean, all I need is floor and rock, and I will be good. So fight over the rooms.
So who wants the rooms? You got 2 rooms up there.
I'm gonna go sleep with the horses I just leave out the door.
Yeah, guard the bone broth.
Guard our breakfast.
Our breakfast.
Alright, you go outside. As you come around the side of the building, there's a small.
They're all dead.
It is shut. When you walk up, you can easily
No.
grab the latch
Push
and
over and latch
lift it
it
up
up.
and pull yourself in and shut it. The horses are in there, and it's actually pretty clean. Guy obviously cares and keeps up what he can.
Probably used to live in a pretty decent lifestyle. So.
Yeah. A couple of them you see as you get to the stable. There looks like there used to be several stables that were probably burnt down, probably from when they were raided before. This one's nice. You see some new pieces of lumber that have been attached to it, like where they've tried to rebuild it. As you glance over, there's off a little ways. There's several other buildings, and the one that's lit up has some smoke coming up out of it. You see in the window just kind of a. Then blinds kind of, or drapes kind of go back. No other motion anywhere else. It's quiet. As you kind of glance around, there's no movement. Just kind of It's quiet. Very quiet, very peaceful.
One down.
It's this guy.
Really quiet, like quiet.
Just super, like,
One.
here, like, quiet. No
Just-
bird sounds.
No, just unnaturally, just
No animal
quiet.
shit.
Yeah, you've been out in these prairies and the lands before, and there's always
Something.
a feeling of life, but it's dark, just quiet. Yeah, too quiet. You go into the barn,
You
cuddle
know,
up in the hay with the horses.
cuddle up in the hay with the horses and pass out.
If you would see him, he's in there drinking out of the barrels with them. Slobbering all over him, except for
Yeah, I don't even care.
the horse slobber all over him.
That's all I am.
So, 3 you guys want to do?
I'm probably just head upstairs.
Yeah, I'll take the other one.
I will
Gonna
just.
curl up by the fire?
Yes, because I'll just scoot some chairs away, just like I'll lay down on the ground in front of the fire.
2 rooms
Yeah,
are.
I'll, before I go upstairs, I'll walk over to the fire. As a fire genasi, use some produce flame and just add it to the fire a little bit and like, let me warm you up, you know what I'm saying?
There's the flirting.
Does this mean you owe me drink?
No, the deal was specifically for Vincent to flirt with me. It was not for me to flirt with any of you. Good night.
I just want a drink.
Good night.
We had so many kegs of wine, at least 2.
He drank most of it.
Probably true.
Well, that's not
He's a
my
dwarf.
problem.
It will be your
He can put it
problem in the
down.
morning when you have to deal with me and then he's hungover.
Just go boil some horse bones or something. I'll go upstairs.
The 2 bedrooms they're nothing special. They're actually pretty clean as you walk in. He's laid over like some sheets and things on there, a blanket that's actually pretty damn clean. You can tell this guy tries to take pride in what he has. It's not a lot, but he at least tries.
I love Vincent.
They're pretty comfortable. The beds are they're pretty comfortable. There's been people that have come through and slept through here before. Nothing special in there, but as you walk down the hall, just as you get to the end and before you step in, there's a small picture on the wall that is like a painting. You see it, Vincent. It should be Vincent with a female and 4 small children.
Hey, Galdor. You think his wife and kiddos got taken by the orcs?
My guess is yes, unless, they're the other 4. But
You know, that's a good point.
It's quite
That's a
possibly
good
just
point.
one family left.
That would make sense. And they all live in different houses, like, just to make it
Hey,
feel
you
like
know
that
what?
there's a town.
We all got our own house. You go.
Right?
Yeah.
Go to your house.
Get to your house now.
go to your
Like that, eh?
Yes.
You're grounded.
Stay in your house.
Ring the town bell when the horse broth is ready.
Head off to bed. You guys start to go to roll a perception check, all of you.
Yo! Alright, first roll of the night. Here we go.
13.
Dirty 20.
That is 2. 9.
Nice.
Dirty 20.
13.
Dirty 20?
Yeah. I don't sleep well.
Yeah, you're laying on the ground and it's a little too hot. So you're like, ugh.
I just like start rolling away. No.
What'd you get?
13.
13.
And
9.
Proficient
You
in
got
that,
minus
so
2?
I only have a +1. Wisdom is so low.
Because I'm proficient and have a +3.
so
My
as
wisdom is an 8.
you roll away from the heat, lay your head back trying to find a nice cold piece of floor to lay your head on. Take a breath and you hear the camp of horses. You're outside.
Sorry, what do they sound like again?
You heard it.
Would I hear this because I'm literally in there with them?
Not with that.
Alright.
You're
Just
out.
checking.
Yeah,
Outside
you're
here,
very-
the horses
you're
go.
You heard it.
Sounds Sounds like an owl.
So, maybe that's what it was. Maybe it's an owlbear. You don't know.
No, the horse in this world sound like owls. It's like,
Welcome to my world.
and the
So
owls
you
in the
hear
trees.
you hear the horses,
Terrible.
and
It's from up in a tree. Like,
you
a
get
horse in the tree.
you get just a sense of something moving around outside.
There's just a little mouse. There's a mouse. He's trying to get to the grass, but the owl's like,
A horse owl. Don't you know?
okay.
Someone had a long day at work.
Pretty much. You just get a very uneasy feeling of something has spooked the horses.
I'll just sit up. I told them the horses were not going to make it through the night and start making my way around.
You step outside and walk around the end of the building to where the barn is. You hear some him. And you hear Alex. It's just crazy. You see an owl take off from the top of the barn. It takes off into the woods.
There may be no animals left. They're sure are animals.
The animals that I left are
Weird. That's right. You make your way up to
Owl's
the
been drinking too much
edge of the doors that are shut to the barn.
The one with the horses.
And as you kind of glance around, you notice it is eerily quiet. Like, there's zero sound other than you hear his snoring, kind of shuffling of the horses inside, and you see that one owl that takes off from the top of the barn and off. You just hear one flap of its wings, and then it's dead quiet.
interesting. Even like the horses have gone quiet.
They kind of, they shuffle around a little bit, and you hear him kind of. It's dead quiet again.
I'll make my way towards like the stables first and just kind of like peek in,
Okay, you
make sure
peek
they're
in, it's-
okay.
You kind of grab the thing, reach up over, you can pull the latch, and kind of open it up and look in. Horses they kind of turn and look towards you, and they're kind of shuffling around. He's curled up in the corner in the hay, just sleeping. It's not much in there. Tonight's cleanish for a stable.
Just look at the horses. Glad to see you're alive. Close the door.
They're looking at you like, don't you try and boil me?
Only if I get really
Only if I
hungry.
have to.
Only if I have to. Alright, I would have brought my great axe with me. I'm just gonna walk kind of around the barn.
Okay.
What's behind this stable
You
barn?
make a loop around there's the main house that you guys are in, and then the stable out back. And as you walk around the side, you kind of have to step through a couple of burned out stables. Takes you a sec, step around, and then as you kind of glance out over the whole valley with the moonlight, it's weird that there's, other than that owl that you caught a glimpse of and heard that disappeared, there's nothing moving, nothing stirring. Even the wind has stopped. It's just eerily still. You walk around, there's no other buildings other than a few kind of, there's the main house, the couple of, this one barn and then the burned out ones, and then the one house over that you saw somebody kind of look out that had the smoke coming out of the chimney. And then that one, you probably, as you kind of get around, you can look along the backside of that, you can see it's probably a smithy. There's another building out back, and you can see some tools kind of leading up. Other than that, it's a couple of just like homes, like farming homes around. It's quiet and still.
Alright. Just kind of think to myself that the horses were just not spooked by not much and head back towards the town hall / inn /
Lay back on the floor.
everything. Yeah.
Okay.
City Hall. Everything.
The whole city is in that one house.
Right back to the city.
Very much, yeah.
It takes you a minute to kind of doze back off because it's weird quiet in this place. Like even the rest of you guys kind of have an uneasy sleep, but you get through the night. Early in the morning, you hear the footsteps of coming downstairs, and he kind of stops. Oh, about trips over you on the ground. Sorry.
Sorry, I take up a lot of space.
It's okay. And he kind of steps around. He opens the door and goes outside. Just as it's starting, as he opens the door, you can just catch the light, just barely starting to light the horizon. Steps outside and quietly shuts the door and goes off to do whatever he's going to be doing that day.
I'll just get up and go see if the horses survive through the night.
Get up and walk around, and as you step outside, you can see that he's kind of trotted off towards that other house. Opens the door and steps in, shuts the door. You walk to the barn, you can still hear. The horses are fine.
Hey, you lived.
So, rest of you come awake. It's quiet, even as the sun comes up. As you guys kind of get up, and if you make your way down into one room or whatever you're going to do, what you want to do. It's your day's yours. What do you want to do?
Something spooked the horses last night. Don't know what. I couldn't find anything, but something seemed to spook them.
It's those owls.
The owls that go.
The neighing owls. The owls that neigh.
Did anybody else notice how quiet it was through the night?
That's what I thought. That's why I cannot stay in the freaking Russian accent. This was what I thought was so weird. I went to go check on horses and they spooked by something, but there was nothing. It's too quiet.
There was a lot of nothing. That's a good way to put it.
You know what else though? Population of the town is 5. We've only seen Vincent. There's 4 of us.
We could be.
Maybe
less of a
we
population.
are the rest of the population now.
There was at least one other in the house with tools on it behind the stable.
I saw him going to the house this morning when I went to go make sure horses lived.
Okay, well that's a good idea. Let's go find out if there are actually people here.
How about we just head east? West? East?
You basically have to go out the way you guys came in. Probably catch that fork back and it goes east up into the canyons.
Ready to gut some orcs? You've never seen one. Let's go play. That's what we're here to do.
Okay.
That's oddly easy to convince you. Yeah.
No, I mean you're right. Like if we do that, we get paid, and money's great.
Get
I
more
mean-
beer.
That.
Yeah, that too. And you know what that means? More beer means more songs.
Or not.
Oh yes. Let's go.
I'm not leading this part. No.
Ulara.
I can't get lost as an outlander, right? So I'm just like, east is this way. And just start going.
Yeah, as you guys, it's going to take you a couple minutes as you guys start pulling the horses back out. Vincent comes back and he's, oh, let me help. Is there anything else you need?
Where are the other 4 people in town? Like, do they live like farther away from here? Do they all live in the same house together?
No. He kind of points back to the house that he came out of over there. It says there's the Glenn family who live there. It's just the wife and one small child. She does not care to see anybody. She's too afraid that she doesn't come out of the house.
just say that. The others are, he kind of points way off. You notice way off over a couple of the hills now that it's kind of light. There's a couple of other homes that you can see off. So he's got a family that lives there of 2. And that's it. There's us. That's all that's left. I try and stay close here to help her, but I just try and do everything I can for me and her. She's just too afraid to leave that house after her husband died and her other children were taken.
These other family, are they weird? Why do they live so far away?
That's their land. They're trying to eke it out the best they can. They've actually had the most success. Not much. They're a little further away from the hills, and he kind of glances towards the horizon hills that move up towards the mountains. You're kind of right up on the bench of this. It's like hog that pushed right up against the bench. So out stretching out west, there's a lot of farmland. You've got these several here that have some farming going on around them, and it rises up very quickly up into the forests and up into the mountains.
Alright, well I have no more questions, so.
No, neither do I.
Do you have
But
enough
thank you.
provisions and food?
I can find
Yes.
food, no
I
problem.
think we're okay.
We do, thank you.
Well, good luck. Be careful. Don't know what's up in there. You can help us get rid of whatever is causing this thing also. Much appreciated.
We'll try.
He helps guide a couple of horses. You got a couple of pack horses. You can take the wagon with you if you want, or you can just leave the wagon and take the pack horses with you. Totally up to you, or you can leave the horses if you want. It's up to you. What it is.
Say we leave the wagon.
Yeah.
It's easier to go up hills without it, probably.
So
That's
he,
a fair point,
he
yeah.
got you. The wagon that was brought with you has more supplies from the duchy for this
them.
village. So he's already unloaded those into his barn. He kind of just pushed the cart around to the side. He says, "I'll keep it here whenever you guys head back. Appreciate the supplies." And you see, he's already starting to load those things onto another horse to start taking them out to probably
The other family.
whatever families or other people around that he knows that are still living in the area. So. Well, yeah, good luck. Thank you again for the help. He turns and starts doing this thing. So there he is with him.
East we go. Alright, and I'll just start going.
Yeah, back out the way you came as you get up. Yeah, as you start leaving this valley, basically this massive valley, as you start winding back up that road that you had come, the grasses start getting a little bit greener. It's odd. Once you hit the turn in the road, the forest is alive, and then where it's going to turn and go east is going to take you back basically straight east up into a couple of different draws. These 2 canyons that are directly east of the town. Make your way up in there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
As you guys make your way into what is called the Ravenglen Woods. That's what runs along this entire stretch of the mountains here that go up over into the storm block. As you start heading east, let's have all you guys make a survival check.
Okay. Relatively speaking.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
-2. No, not like total. That's just my 12.
Okay.
14.
6.
15.
You didn't do half that.
All right. So, as you guys make your way up in the trail that you are going that goes east, kind of starts to peter out into what looks like probably a camp area where probably the sheepers or whoever would come up in here, and that's really the camp. And then it's just forest. Continue east. As you start up east, do you want to go to the left or to the right? There's 2 canyons that are out from you guys. Which way would you guys like?
You only told us east, correct?
I think so.
So you have, what is it that you have?
I'm an outlander, but it's you have excellent memory for maps and geography. You can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you. In addition, you can find food and fresh water for yourself and up to 5 other people each day. That's about it.
You got a, what did you get? 15 or 16? So your survival.
14, I believe, because I have +3.
In the forest here, you've made your way back to where the forest is starting to kind of wither again. And you kind of look around and you're like, the village is right there. Like, you kind of right there. So you know which one is east. The one to the right is more east. The one to the left is a little bit more northeast.
Does the one that's going more east look more in the direction of things that are dead?
Oh yeah, it's all looking nasty up
To the
here.
right!
Okay. So starting into the right. Okay. As you continue into this forest, it's getting darker and a little more. Looks like it's dying. Have everybody roll another survival check.
Oh.
3.
Dirty 20.
12.
12. Okay. What'd you get? 3? 14. Okay. Dirty 20. Yeah, so your dragonborn friend is walking out ahead of you guys, stepping over things, and you hear behind, as you step over, kind of you step and you look down and you see some mushrooms or something. You step on, you see a. You're like, as you turn and look, all the rest of you guys are kind of like, and you see this wafting over them. The 3 of you.
Oh no!
Oh, good.
You kind of, you hear all this like a whisper, something come through, and you, the 3 of you take 2d6 psychic damage. Something comes out of that canyon, boom, and hits you. So 8. Each of you take 8 psychic damage.
Oh man, for level
8 or
3,
fear.
that's
That's a lot.
Eight.
a lot.
Yeah.
Level 3.
Yeah.
Something you're like, oh. You turn and you're like, did you guys hear that? And you see them all grab their heads. Oh. Takes you to catch your breath, and the forest, as you turn, you're like, did you? Oh. You turn and look back up, and you can swear that the forest is almost like it's moving, as it's something in this forest is tripping with your head. It's like your perspective is kind of moving, and you see the trees kind of like whoa. Takes a minute, vertigo catches in as you guys kind of, and it's quiet as hell.
I think we are going the right way, but maybe avoid mushrooms. Apologies.
What about mushrooms?
I don't. They make kind of a whoosh. And then you seem to like hear things. I don't know, you're holding your head.
Yeah, well, it hurts really bad.
So, avoid mushrooms. Mushrooms, bad.
What, you kick a mushroom and then it whispered naughty things in my ear?
As you look
Well, it
around,
wasn't me.
you're having this conversation. She looked down. You look down, and there's mushrooms all over the ground. You guys didn't really see before until you're like
Front and back, like even
Yeah,
behind
she
us.
turned,
We're
it's
just
like-
It wasn't.
you were just walking through a massive field of these things.
It wasn't me whispering things to you, so it was the mushrooms.
Whispering mushrooms, okay.
It was me.
I knew it.
Sorry. He's at full. Sorry. Wafting. Watch out, guys. Oh, sorry.
It was the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys have the horses with you?
I think we did.
You bringing
Yeah.
them up in here with you?
Oh.
Once
we
it starts
were,
to get like
Roll it. Let's roll on for roll
more
survival
and
for
more
him.
dense, I will
Oh boy.
What?
8.
Okay. So the horses, at the same time, they get scared and kind of they're running into trees and shit, trying to move. As this hit you guys, and you're all catching the horses are like panicked, and they look hurt, scared. They're like jittery as hell now. So,
Yeah, just
yeah, they're like,
maybe should have left horses behind.
yeah, maybe.
so what he's gonna do?
I mean, we could just tie them up to a tree back there at the edge of the forest. And hope that nothing comes and takes them.
And hope they don't eat mushrooms.
Oh, yeah. We might as well take them with us.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Food for later if we can't find anything else.
Boom broth.
Boom, bro.
Everybody's looking at these horses like food now. Nice.
I'm plenty good at finding food, but if they die, I mean, not opposed.
He's gonna keep on moving up east.
Yeah, I will keep an eye out for
Yeah.
mushrooms to try to make sure I don't step on any.
You gotta be very careful.
Yes, yeah.
You guys have seen the mushrooms and start walking through very, very carefully, pulling these horses that are skittish as hell as you're kind of pulling them along. The ground goes up a little way and then it actually levels off, and it's very flat as you guys are moving through. So you guys started up the first rise, and then it levels off. The forest is thicker and thicker as you're moving, but it's flat. It's weird. After another good hour or so, walking up through this forest, very quietly walking around. Let's have everybody roll another survival check.
Oh boy.
Roll one for the horses.
-1.
Oh
Like-
no.
I rolled a natural.
Oh no! 6.
22.
22.
For some reason, this is
roll one
the
for the
only
horse?
thing I can roll. I can
Oh.
roll for the horse, or you can roll for
19.
Oh.
Horses are fine.
That's what I rolled for me.
So, just
Because look,
you're 15, 20, whatever.
22.
I was
Just
gonna say he was 6.
it
6.
has a
Sick.
HP
Okay.
modifier of 14.
So,
But when I delete it, that's what it should be. But then when I go back to my character sheet, it goes back to what it's at. And then I go back in and it's still there. So, look, my health is broken.
yeah.
Because if I try to, it has this, I don't know why, but if I get rid of it and then go back, it puts it back on there.
I don't know, something up with their thing. So, you and you feel almost the same panicky feel comes over you. And the two of you hear whispers and things from the trees around you, and you stop and hear the coming through the trees as you see that everything around you kind of start whirring and moving, and the two of you take 6 more psychic damage.
Jeez.
Oh.
The horses are freaking
Oh,
the hell
no,
out,
my
but they're
friend.
good.
I'm gonna vomit.
What are you at?
6, 9.
9 health?
Why don't we just leave this? These woods are weird. They're so weird, and look! Gemini's throwing up! Sorry, Gemini! Gemini! Oh, the guy's throwing
You
up.
said it right the first time.
Jiminy.
Jiminy.
Said it right the first time, asshole.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
Oh, I know.
He's
I
fully
know.
aware.
as the horses are panicking and kind of turning, you notice that there's an extra bag laying across the horse, probably from Vincent.
That's it. That's the bag that's doing this to us.
You're being stupid and just smack you upside the head. You go over to the bag.
this, as he was pulling it out, you're like, oh yeah, this is from him. You open it up. There's some rations in there that are stuck on there anyway, and buried down in the bottom there's actually 2 minor healing potions.
Those would be useful. I'll kind of put them towards the top in case we need them.
You might need one right this
I was
second.
like, I don't know.
And I'm just like, you might need these. And I'll
Maybe
just-
maybe don't leave them with the horses in case the horses run.
Wait,
I will
I'll,
use
I'll grab the other one and just.
Our potions! Our broth!
I'll just
What do you
hold
roll for
on
the
to.
minor?
I'll just hold on to the other one for now.
So
Is it 2d4 plus 2?
I'm pulling up right. Yeah, 2d4 plus 2. Nice.
4,
There you go, Jiminy. Heal up.
2, so
6,
8.
8.
Nice.
Hey, you're back to almost full.
No.
But it undoes that first little bit of psychic damage.
I'm at 18. I'm almost full.
There you go.
Hey, alright, there we go, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be able to keep the rest of my
My-
feet
My
Pukes
hit
and then
points like
here, have some
20%.
here, have some Pepto. Chugs a bottle of Pepto.
I'll keep the, I will keep the other one on me just in case someone else needs it. In case the horses run.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna keep moving forward.
Sure.
Yes, I'm smacking him upside the head and keeping moving
I
forward.
am going to go very slowly.
What the hell? He didn't
Yeah.
step on anything.
Yeah.
Who stepped on mushroom?
Good. As you guys come up over this, there's a slight rise, and as it drops down, you notice that the ground is getting a little squishier. As you can walk through very slowly, it's kind of cushy with mud. It's like it's getting wetter as it moves. After another 20 or so minutes of picking your way very slowly, trying to not step on anything, trying to guide the horse's hooves over these patches, you notice out ahead of you there's almost, you see water like it's turning into a swamp that's running out ahead of you.
My brain is just like, y'all, have you seen the Never-Ending Story? We should just leave them here.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Did that just bring back childhood trauma to Cody?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't like this. Oh no.
I loved that show as a kid.
I haven't
Gosh.
seen it in so
There's also-
long, but that's the only little bit I remember.
Yeah. Ooh.
But no, like, actually in character, just don't know if it will be easy to get horses through this.
Yeah. I'm just like squatting by a horse, like moving its leg, just like, no, don't step here, step over there.
I'm suggesting we leave them.
You know, that's a good idea.
At this point, if they eat mushrooms and die, they eat mushrooms and die. And
She's got a good point.
I'm gonna take
Tie
one
them
and
off.
tie him off to like a tree and just
Okay.
stay.
Roll an animal handling check.
Oh boy! I could have been proficient in this, but I chose not to be. Oh, it was almost so good. 4. It was almost
You,
17.
You kind of push them over into an area, tie them off. At least you're pretty confident that they're tied off on the edge of this swampish area.
I'm glad I got
What's everybody's passive perception?
13.
8.
11.
Doesn't feel to be normal.
It's not.
11.
I don't like it at all.
It's like, this sucks.
Okay, I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I usually play really perceptive characters,
As
so I'm like,
you guys gonna keep moving, and
I'm the
and it's
perceptive
not-
one with 13?
It's not just
Yeah, we're
right
on
in
level
front of
3.
you.
Oh no.
This wet, swampy area is as far as you can see out into the dense trees. It's not just like it's one little area that it's as you're walking in. That's all you can see. So since everybody's got shit perception, have everybody roll a perception check.
How am I the most perceptive one? It scares me.
Oh
Oh. Nice.
Okay.
Solid 3.
19.
2, 19,
16.
16.
Hey, I rolled
no.
okay.
Yes.
As you're walking, you're still leading the pack.
Mm-hmm.
As you step in, its water gets about ankles or so deep. As you guys are kind of wet feet. Out ahead of you, you notice something catch lean around, you look, you can see that there appears to be like a shield, or you see a skeletal arm that's kind of holding on to this shield, kind of mouth mashed into the swampish crap that's on the ground. You also, as she's kind of like, hey, you're like, yeah, look, you look over and you're kind of looking in different directions. You also see that there's another skeletal form off in, kind of half buried in the swamp. You see that there are maybe 5 or 6 different skeletal bodies that you can see kind of have poking out. Some have, like I said, an old beaten shield that's pretty worn. You notice that one of them looks like some rotted leather armor, and it has a strap around the waist, and you can see that looks like a pouch or something hanging on the side of one of these 5 that are out ahead.
I will tentatively move towards the one with the pouch, because I don't know if they got stuck and died, or if they died and now are there, so I will just kind of tentatively, carefully move my way towards the one with the pouch.
Okay.
Hey, Laura, if you get stuck, throw the pouch to us.
I think I'll keep it.
What pouch?
Oh, there are a couple of like skeletal bodies out
there.
there.
Yeah, you see you walking. You guys now, as you come a little closer, you can see what these things are saying.
How far away is it?
You're probably 30 feet from them.
I cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
I'm going to grab the pouch, lift it up.
As she's walking over
Yeah.
here. Okay.
Pick it up.
Alright.
Also, be careful, swamps and skeletal things. It doesn't sound too
As
good.
you're walking up, you're probably 15, 20 feet ahead of him. Also, you see this come past you, and as it grabs, you're like, as it grabs and it pulls this pouch, it kind of comes off. You see,
Oh, no.
we'll set it up.
Whoa! Hey! Oh, here we go.
I'm just gonna like turn and just.
Where did
You're an asshole.
I know!
Oh, you're grabbing shit.
I was going to go take a look. I wasn't necessarily going to grab it.
I was going to let you roll a medicine check, but
My bad.
he's like, but I'm going to play with new stuff.
Yeah.
My
What is
plus
this?
1 to medicine.
Oh no. It's better than my -2 to everything. Unless it's charismatic stuff.
Can you go get some water real fast?
-2 to medicine.
Yeah. My charisma's a -2, plus 1 in wisdom, 0 in intelligence, and then a 3 to 30. That's dexterity constitution.
He's like, oh, it's shiny.
Never said I was smart, okay?
Never said I thought you were smart.
That's fair.
It's truth. Okay. So, let's grab your people.
Alright, well, I guess stick me out there.
Yeah. So, you were probably... Guys are back here. Yeah, so you're walked out. Ish. So you see, there are, like I said, there's like skeletal here. There's a couple of them over here. There's like 5 of them laying around. As you grab this thing, these things come.
I would have
up
had to
out
be a
of-
little closer.
That's fine.
Okay.
There.
He's 5 hour.
Yeah, I'm so tired.
Okay. So as this mage hand,
I'm sorry.
wait.
You're an asshole.
Yes, you should be.
That's a fair.
There we go.
Ah!
Nice.
There's her mage hand. Grabs Wonk. Okay, let's roll some initiative, folks.
Oh boy.
Oh, yes.
You want to turn that in?
Yeah, let's tilt that down if you. Let's check out this here. There we go. Cool.
Battle cam.
Alrighty.
That was not great.
15 to 20.
Oh, 21.
Nice.
Sorry about that.
Enzo. 21.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Okay. 15.
I don't get
Nobody?
advantage on it yet.
Wow. That sucks. Okay, 10 to 15.
13.
Right. 5 to 10.
7.
6.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not used to that either.
No, used to having,
Yeah.
not having your plus like 10.
Yes, it is plus 10.
That's the
Brought you guys all back to the world.
Like this.
Okay,
and
so,
having no health.
alrighty.
Guess it's a good thing I haven't
It is
taken damage yet.
Enzo. You see, as you're like, what? You see the hand fly past you, like, hey, bring that here. And all of a sudden his hand, it grabs and pulls. As it snaps, the body that it pulls kind of comes up and it snaps off. As it hits the water, you see the ripples across the water, and you see from these other skeletons, these 4 shadowy ghost shadows that come up out of these bodies.
What
where
did you
they have
guys
been
touch?
disturbed. You are up, Enzo.
Okay.
What'd you do, Richard?
Yeah. As a bonus action, it's be like, it's like, oh, I knew this would happen. Bonus action, I'll actually go into my werewolf form.
Nice. Okay.
Aw, yeah.
Yeah. So shift into my hybrid
They have
werewolf
leather.
form. Just a bunch of dark fur, really long front limbs.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
In your werewolf form.
Yeah, my werewolf form.
Okay.
Really dark fur, and it's just all glowing and embery,
Nice. Okay.
fiery stuff. Anyway, and I'm gonna come running up 30 feet. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah, you're up.
Splash it up there.
You guys see the shape shift as he bolts quickly through, right up to the shadow as it's coming up.
Go running up, and I'm just going to.
25.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for. Just a claw attack. Why not?
Do it.
So come running up, just one hit. Let's go. Oh gosh. 13. Oh!
Okay, we're level 3.
You're level 3, y'all.
They're
I know,
gonna
that's
hit
right.
probably
Yeah.
at smaller numbers.
Yeah.
He's not gonna
It's weird. I'm like,
What
the hell? I've only got it. Oh, yeah. Why's my armor class not like 23? Oh,
Yeah.
That's right.
8 points of slashing damage.
yeah. Okay. As you come up and is it just the one attack?
Yeah.
You see it hits and as it kind of shot, and then you feel the purchase as it goes through, and then all of a sudden it's like you're swinging through air.
Oh,
It doesn't quite do as much damage as you had hoped. It's kind of got a spectral form.
Oh no.
So how much damage was it?
8.
Okay. So 4. It's 4.
Oh no.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
No, that is my turn.
Okay. It is now their turn.
I suppose. Right.
All right.
I don't get to rage yet.
No. No till when? So as you hit this thing and its form kind of shifts a little bit, and then it leans forward, and you see its face kind of come right at yours. It's like as it tries to basically pull everything out of your face. You see his face kind of stretch as this thing comes at your face.
It's a dementor.
Oh yeah, that's a 16 plus 4. That's a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
We're in trouble. We're in danger.
So, as it does, you see him, his form kind of shiver. You see the fur kind of shake as everything stretches, just like a Dementor. You see that. You take 4 necrotic damage, and
I don't think my necrotic damage is going to be very useful.
No,
Should have gone with radiant.
you feel all of a sudden like all the strength in your body has left you as well. Your strength score is also down 4.
Oh,
Oh
jeez.
jeez.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
This is going to be bad for me, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good to know.
That's its turn. First one. The second one's going to come forward towards the mage hand because it took its belt. What's your mage hand about?
They don't really have
it's,
it,
As it comes
Yeah.
forward, it kind of at the mage hand, and the mage hand kind of it goes right through it as it's looking around. And you see it's holding things. It's, the first one kind of looks up and turns it right towards you and sees which one it is. You can see that you have cast it, but it's not. Oh, so it moves 5, 10. It goes right through. 15.
That's
right at you.
unpleasant.
It just kind of right
Oh.
through.
She doesn't get an opportunity attack.
Yeah, you can take an opportunity attack if you want.
Absolutely.
Obviously.
One.
One.
Rolling that one.
This thing comes through and you're like, as you try and swing, you're like, and it kind of goes right through you. Yeah, nothing.
Oh, the broth.
That's a 12 to hit.
Oh yeah.
What's your AC?
11.
No.
Nice.
Oh no! As it comes towards you,
no.
it gets right up in your face,
Oh.
and it's there. It already tried to use its thing on your mage hand, but went through. But it moved right up to you. It's now right up in your face. Its face is kind of twisting. As it's, so that's that one.
You're a pretty thing.
The second one's going to go right towards you. It's going to move right up to you.
Roll that, please.
Oh shit! That's a 20.
No.
Y'all, this is not good
Oh,
for me.
no.
Oh
This is not
snap!
good for me. I'm strength
So-
based, y'all.
Yep.
Oh no.
Okay, so
No, no,
as it
no,
comes
no,
to you,
no.
you're like, the first one, as you turn and look where to go, you turn back and this thing's right in your face and it comes at you. You feel your strength drain. You first take 9 necrotic,
Holy crap.
and your strength is down by 3.
Okay.
Okay, last one. It's also, yeah, it's gonna go right for you too. It doesn't like that you're here.
At all, apparently.
Okay, so 14 makes it a +2, correct? If it goes down 3?
Yes.
So it just goes down 1.
Yeah, that one comes at you, and you're so scared as the second one comes to you, your strength kind of falters for a second as you hit a knee. The second one tries, and it can't cold purchase on you, so it misses with its attack. That's
Well,
theirs. Now, Water, you're up.
I would like to rage.
Hey! Whoa, 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 whoa!
First rage. So you got 2 of these things in front of you. One that just sucked
Use.
the life out of you.
How very inconsiderate, and I'm going to.
It's very less than I do.
Very inconvenient.
I really what I can do is take a swing.
Okay.
Oh, it's less to hit too. Dirty 20.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Which health are you at right now?
Oh, me? I am at 16.
So that is
Out of what?
my brain
24.
just stopped working. 8 slashing damage from the great axe.
Wow.
Oh wait, I gotta add another 2 to that because of raging. So 10 damage
10,
from the
okay.
great axe, and then
At the one that was right in front of you?
yeah.
Okay. One that sucked the life out of you?
And I don't know if it's gonna do
You
anything,
swing through it. Go ahead.
but 3 necrotic damage as well.
Okay. The first slash through, you see kind of the form shift and some of the ethereal form kind of fades off. Doesn't hit. You feel the same thing that I was telling him. You feel the purchase of the axe and then it kind of goes through. So that was only going to take half of the slashing damage. So that was what, 5?
Yeah.
So and then the necrotic, as you see, you're like nothing.
Yeah, I figured.
Shut up, Radiant.
Yeah, they're already in the necrotic damage.
I figured.
Okay, anything else you want to do?
Well, that's all I got. Level 3.
Okay. Galdor and then Jiminy Cricket is up.
Jiminy Cricket, yeah.
Jiminy, Jiminy, Jemini,
Jemini.
Hermione. It's Hermione. Come on, Jemima, get in
And
there.
my
What you want to do? What you want to do? Come on, Galdor.
night session.
See your friend's getting wrecked by these spectral forces.
I will move up to this guy right here.
Okay.
And I will hit this man.
With
21 to hit.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's actually good. 13 damage.
What kind?
Whatever my thing does, it's bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning,
Yeah.
okay. So as you swing through, you fill the purchase, and then it goes through. So half.
And
7. Yeah, 7.
And then I will. I will use a bonus action to cast Shield of Faith
Nice.
on Jiminy.
Jiminy did some self a shield.
Oh yeah.
Your AC
What does
is
it do?
now 13.
Plus 2 to your AC for as long as I'm concentration for up to 10 minutes.
Nice. Alright.
Bonus. Okay, Jiminy.
Jimmy.
Hermione.
Oh, gosh, what happened next week?
Which one are you?
Yeah.
Hermione is shielded.
So I get a little frantic. You know, that's what I do. Oh god, oh god,
He's
oh
like-
god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Starts peeing down his leg. Okay, for the sake of this is 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, and 3 have taken damage. 4 has not.
Okay. Whatever.
Just so we're trying to keep track.
I don't know how to do this because I've never done it. However, I'm going to use one of my sorcery points to use a twinned spell,
Ooh.
and I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers. It's a
Oh,
60-foot
nice.
range, so
Okay,
now I can
which
hit
two?
2. Number 3, and you said which one took damage
So-
in front of her?
1, these 2,
Number
and
2.
that one.
Okay,
that
so
one off to
3
the
and-
side is not.
Okay, so the one in front of me and then number 2.
So those. Okay, so
The
the,
two that
lady
he's
and the
two,
dude.
yeah.
Okay, what's the save?
14.
What?
Wisdom.
Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, fail.
Okay,
I rolled a 9, and they have a plus 0.
for both of them.
Okay.
So it's going to be. Let's see, 3d6. So
2 and 3, right? Yeah.
7 points of psychic damage.
Ooh, nice.
Nice. Okay.
And, hold on, stand by. And as a reaction, they are required to move as far away from me as possible without going into.
So this was dissonant whispers. So what do you say to them? It is a somatic spell. You gotta say something.
Oh, it is. No, it's just I whisper a discordant melody.
So what do you say?
It's a melody.
So sing us a melody.
I'm not
Sing us a
You
song.
gotta give us a
Come
melody.
on,
What is it?
man. Whispers of
That.
This is scary shit.
Get away from me.
There you go.
Yeah, guys like this. Get away from me.
You guys hear
Oh
the
my gosh.
this cutting through
Yes.
your guys' panic-stricken, and you see these two forms. These two forms that are one's right in your face. And you're like, get away. And then when it hits it, you see the waves of your energy hit it, and they both dissipate.
What? You killed him.
Nice.
I'm hoping they don't have
One
too
had
many
4 and one
hit
had
points.
5 left.
Nice.
They were
Oh,
Words are so
good choice
strong.
of 2 to hit.
Right? Let me just make sure I got nothing else to do. I know.
That's my favorite.
That's all I got.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Back to Enzo.
All right. Oh shoot! I have to roll a wisdom save because bloodlust.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
That's
Oh, I don't
not
see it.
encouraging.
5.
Oh,
That's not good.
oh no, that's a fail.
Yeah.
So back to your other form.
No.
Even worse.
No.
Oh,
Even
see.
worse?
Even worse.
Yeah. So if you begin your turn with, in this case, 17 or fewer, I'm at 16.
Yep.
So I failed my DC 8 wisdom save. So I have to 8.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's also low.
Yeah.
I love level 3. This is awesome.
It's like, oh, I hope I beat an 8.
You guys all thought
5!
awesome, and now you're sucking again. This is awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. So I move directly towards the nearest creature.
He's already in your face.
Yeah.
He's like,
So we can tag action. Anyway, yeah, 2 crazy.
Yeah, no, if he weren't
claw
dead,
attacks.
he would have probably run to me.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
glad he's not
So
dead
2
then.
crazy claw attacks. Here we go. Because I'm gonna do 1 as an
Does it
action and then a
last
bonus
just
action.
one turn, or just every time he's
Are you
below?
not gonna activate a Crimson Eye or anything?
No, I'm in Bloodlust. I can't concentrate on that shit.
right. Sure.
I want to eat a ghost. Okay, first one is going to be a 19 to hit. Second one is going to be a 23 to hit.
Are your are these strength based?
No, these are just dex based.
Okay, so your strength scores dropped. Remember,
Yes.
so both hit.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
AC is not that hard to hit.
So 10 total damage on the first one and 6 damage on the second one. So
8.
yes.
And that slashing.
Yeah.
You slash through, catch a little purchase. Like, whoa, second one comes through, you feel it again. It comes through, the form dissipates incredibly.
Yeah.
It had 8.
Oh yes. Got it.
Good. Just barely. That's all you got? Or you got more?
Oh, that's all I got.
Now it's its turn.
Yeah.
It's still in your grill.
Yeah.
It doesn't like you. Oh, shice. That would be... Where's it at? 10 to hit.
Miss.
Misses.
Oh.
Okay.
If it helps, my AC is 15.
Yeah.
I guess it probably doesn't get a second attack. I forget that the other one's dead.
Okay. Yeah. It tries. It can't get you. It's the only one left. Your turn. It just tried to suck the life out of you again.
Very rude, and I'll just turn and slash through it.
Okay.
Hopefully. That was not so great. Roll 11.
That's gonna miss.
That's what I thought.
Oh, snap.
Still a little scared. He's like, ah! Get away from me. Doesn't work for you, sorry.
That's unfortunate.
That it? You got
That's
bonus
all I
action
got.
and nothing else?
My bonus action's basically only for raging.
You're up, buddy.
Can you go reckless?
I want.
Oh crap, I can't go reckless.
Just next time.
I
keep
forget
it in
about
mind.
reckless. I forget about reckless.
We'll just.
Well, that and they were
Move
taking
on
strength
up
away,
and
so I don't really
keep
want
us
to
like
increase their odds of
do it.
hitting me.
That's fair. That's fair.
If you go that way, a little bit of advantage.
Sure.
Flank it, there you go. Out of the way.
God, it was not better. An 11.
Barely misses, dude. You run up, you slip a little bit in the mud.
I was gonna say, I got an 11. It doesn't work. It's not good.
Get away from me!
Anything else you got?
I like that. That's awesome.
That's so good.
Bonus action.
That's awesome.
Just that really annoying me.
It's a tell. It's
freaking
a
love
melody,
Jimmy.
so what's the melody? I'm not singing one. Well, then you ain't getting the spell.
Dang it.
That is all I will do.
Alright. Jamini.
Okay.
Go get him, Jamini.
Himini is going to. Let's see, so 60 feet. Oh, yeah, I got plenty. So I'm going to take my staff. I'm a little bit angry now. Slam it on the ground, and it's going to create this spike of just kind of psychic energy. I'm going to cast Mind Sliver. I'm going to take my staff and just right into that. And it's
Nice, so safe.
is it a sit? Yep, 14 intelligence.
Yeah, 4 minus 2.
All
Oh
right.
boy.
They're not very intelligent.
I didn't think they would be.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
But
are
it's psychic damage.
you a wild
Oh
magic
yeah,
sorcerer?
yeah. Oh wait, but it doesn't matter. Oh,
Doesn't
it is
matter.
attack rolls?
I thought it was just whenever you cast a spell.
Only when he decides.
Oh.
So yeah. If you knew that or not, once per turn a DM can make me roll a d20 immediately after I cast
yeah.
a spell. But this was a cantrip.
Oh.
That doesn't count for that.
Make
However-
make you roll something funky with your wild magic.
I'm not gonna do that. Yeah.
1 psychic damage.
Yeah, so one psychic damage.
I'm pissed. Ah! And it's like,
I'm like,
Just a side glare.
I am going to step
so
back.
it's one eye. One eye's like, where's you?
I'm gonna step back.
And it took 1 damage.
Okay. All right. Enzo.
Cool. All right. All right. DC 8 Wisdom save. Here we go.
Oh no, I just moved right by him.
Oh, we're good. We're okay. We're okay. That's a 16.
Oh, good.
It's lucky. Lucky.
I'm like, I moved your
Yeah, I would have had to have him roll it. Something because you guys like
Yeah.
impulse. Let's see what he does after.
Yeah. It looks like that ghost's taken care of. I want to try to do a perception check and see if there's any other ghosties or anything else
Go ahead
coming
and
out of
roll.
the bog.
Go ahead and roll.
Alright, here we go, baby. Oh, that sucks. I didn't specify. This is gonna be a 5.
You look around. You hear the one next to you and kind of the panic from your companions. You kind of glance around. You don't see anything else.
Cool. It looks like we're okay.
We're fine. That's all you want to do?
We're totally fine.
You stop moving. You want to do anything else?
I'm just gonna turn around and just put my hands on my hips and just watch.
You're gonna do the stupid Grinch pose you've been doing for the last few weeks.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand like the Grinch.
Yes.
Just watch.
He just stands like that, and me and Grace just don't understand why.
Alright. It's back to its turn. It's still up in your grill.
It's the curse of
all balls.
It's the curse of Unis Honest.
7.
It's clearly.
It's a
It
7.
was a 7.
7, so 11.
Miss!
Okay, that's it.
Nice.
Alright.
Actually,
Oh.
after it's missed you twice, it's going to try to hold. Yeah, it's going to try to turn and really doesn't like you.
Oh, I hope it doesn't try to
Or
possess
do.
someone.
Rude.
So you two both have a opportunity
Opportunity
attack at it if you want. Okay.
God, Lord!
15?
Yeah.
No.
You slip in the mud again, and your hammer hits, and it's like
Water damage.
14 slashing damage.
14, so halved.
Yes, 7.
Okay. Cool. Alright, it's up in your grill, but that's all it can do. So, now you're up.
I'm just kind of offended that it just ran
Yeah,
away.
it's tried to go after you twice, unsuccessfully. So
I'm
it's
gonna
like,
just
never mind.
turn around and
Go after
walk
somebody
up
else.
to it.
Okay.
Am I flanking? Do I get advantage?
Yeah.
Ooh. Nope. Anyway, 22.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna roll the necrotic dice because it doesn't do anything. 9.
Yeah, you
Slashing
run up to
damage.
you're like, what the hell, Rob? Boom, you're hitting it. It was down to 3.
I knew that brain spike was going to do something.
1 point. As you slash this thing away, actually,
That'd be great.
I will say with the use of damage,
That's the last 4
Not during this.
Huh?
Not
all
during
during
this.
Okay. Cool. Never mind. Okay.
Bring back the horses for hungry.
It's quiet as all the voices kind of dissipate. All you hear is you're sloshing around as you guys are like looking around. You see the mage hand.
Just chilling.
Did you have to grab the bag?
I'm sorry. Yes.
I'm gonna drop my hybrid form because I'm still under the effect of bloodlust. So I'm gonna drop it and just shift back to my normal fire genasi form.
Okay. As it comes over, kind of drops into you feel it.
Is it nice and heavy, or is it?
Yeah, it's.
I can hold it.
Yeah, you. Yeah, what's your strength?
It's it's 12. We're good.
Okay.
So I open it.
If you open it up, there's it looks like it's a small coin pouch. There's like 30 silver.
Nice.
Is that it? Just a little coin pouch. That got you killed.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Actually, let's see. Cool.
I don't think she likes me much.
You just got me attacked.
Heal you 5.
You attacked.
Oh, you
don't
are?
have to do this.
I wasn't going to take it. I was going to look.
What's everybody's health
You
at?
didn't say that.
You didn't ask.
What's your health at?
33.
Oh, thank you, Gabo.
23.
21.
Cool.
I'll make it a U5 as well.
Oh, you're so awesome.
Which one are you using here?
Just play the
Cantrip.
pool.
Oh, you're cool.
I am full health.
Nice.
23.
23? Nice. Look at you go.
Even like down, what am I there? 9? I was still 10 higher than you.
I love
Plate.
switches.
Cool. Good. You guys want to keep moving?
Well,
Yeah.
Does the strength effect seem to still be lingering? Oh boy.
That's what I was just rolling the dice for. I'll let you know when it comes back.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's just.
The two of you still
Really
have your
tired.
strength spells. Your strength dropped, the two of you. Feel a little heavy now. It's like, ugh. Arms a little heavier, weapons a little heavier. Nothing you can't control, but definitely.
That was unpleasant.
You look tired. Do we need a rest? You look tired. Do we need a rest a little bit?
No, I'm fine. I'm
You gotta
fine.
keep your mage hand up.
No. I can go bye-bye.
Okay. So keep moving.
I'm okay to keep going. I'll let you know if I need the rest.
I won't grab anything next time without asking.
Please, it would be nice.
Alright. You're gonna keep moving east as you make your way out of kind of this swampy area, this bog area. It goes up. That's fine. The bog area kind of ends as you start hitting back onto some drier land. As you're walking up through this very dense, you notice that the trees and things are even more withered and more dead, less foliage, more skeletal trees. Let's have everybody roll a survival check.
I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do those ones anymore.
Can I do my survival check looking for like undead duties?
What do you? I'll just have you guys. I'm gonna have you guys roll a perception check here in a minute anyway. So just roll a survival check first.
16 out of 14.
no, wait, what is it?
Dirty 20.
Also dirty 20.
Cool. Okay. Roll a perception check, all of you.
Ooh, natural 20.
Now I'm rolling good 22.
16.
It's like, ow, trees, ow. Wait up, guys. Ow. That's this guy.
Come on, guys, wait for me.
As you guys,
for the mushrooms on the ground. Running into branches.
Yeah, it's like all the mushrooms. Ow. Getting catching branches in the head. Ow, ow. As you come out of this boggy nastiness onto the drier, and you're stepping, the branches are breaking underfoot. You look up through the trees and you see a small opening, and wedged into one of the trees at the far back of this opening is a hand axe that is jammed into this thing with an axe hanging out. You see it across probably 40, 50 feet across this opening. And you also notice that as you're getting closer, you two, you hear what sounds like beating of wings. Just, you start looking up. As you step a little closer, you first catch sight of what looks like ravens kind of into the trees, and then they stop. As you step a little closer and you look up, you notice that these ravens, they're not squawking, they're all just kind of watching as you guys are walking closer. So before you is an opening with these ravens that are kind of perched in the trees watching you guys. Not squawking, not making any noises. What do you guys want to do?
So it's like us in the tree line and then a big clearing. The axe is on the other side of the clearing?
Yes.
Does it look like it was just thrown or just kind of...
All you can see, it's about 6 or 7 feet up, and it is wedged in. So who knows if it was thrown or if somebody just thunk left it. Who knows? But you can see this axe stuck in the tree.
Is it weird to anyone else? There's just a random clearing here.
Hmm?
So is it weird to anyone else? There's just a clearing here. And 1 axe.
I don't ever know what's weird anymore.
I always have 2.
I always
I have 2 hand axes.
Up until this point, you guys have been moving through this forest for probably a good 4+ hours, and you have not seen a single sign of any animal life at all.
Until those
now.
ravens.
You see there's like 6 or 7 of these ravens kind of just quietly watching.
I want to pull one of the javelins off of my back.
Okay.
And just kind of, not really trying to aim for anything, just kind of throw it into the clearing.
Just into the...
Yep, just like 30
just
feet
like-
into the clear, like
Okay.
about 20 feet, like halfway in, just to see like if anything reacts.
Roll strength check.
Yeah,
It's like
throw,
2 feet.
Yeah, just throw it this way. Just
15.
Okay.
Pretty much just to see if anything.
One. And then just
It's like, just
goes
goes
to
to
the-
it's like,
Sticks in leg.
yeah. Just around your foot. Yeah.
or just lets go.
You pull it
super
out.
This goes straight up.
You look up
Yeah.
at these ravens and kind of look, and you step up, you see her, you chuck it, and it sticks in the ground. The ravens just, you see a couple of them kind of watch, and then go back at you guys.
Seems safe. I will start walking.
wait. Hold on. Before we go walking into the bog of undeath and madness.
There's no bog. It's all dry ground.
Oh, it's all dry ground. Before we
Yes.
go walking into the dry bog of undeath and
The
madness.
former bog.
Golden clearing.
The clearing. Can we all just take a moment to realize what on earth came out of your mouth during that fight?
I don't know what you're talking about.
How did it go?
1 minute I'm fighting some ghosty ghosts. The next I hear, "Kill me," and I look back and you're just like shimmying backwards.
He killed 2 of them with that.
And then two of the ghosts just.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Told them to get away from me. They listened.
You don't like his...
Yeah, well, consent is key, and you giving them not consent was the key to defeating them.
I see.
Very
I
true.
like what you did.
I do
I
very
appreciate it.
Anytime.
So you're walking in.
By all means,
Yeah, I
please
was-
continue.
I was gonna say,
Can I cast an illusion real quick just to make sure?
It's
up to you.
I think that's a good idea.
Text good and evil.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Cool.
it's probably more useful than a javelin.
Yeah.
Just
What are you talking about?
anything reacts? No? Good? Cool.
Good enough.
Alrighty. Come on, load. There we go. Okay. I'll take good and evil. As you cast it out, you don't really get anything either way. The ravens ping not necessarily evil, but not good either.
Yeah, it says I can know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead, or anything affected by the hollow spell within 60 feet. That is not behind total cover.
So I will say that the ravens, you get a gist of that they're not natural.
How many did you say there were?
6.
As at least that you can see.
Oh, heard of them.
A whole murder of crows.
They're ravens.
A whole flock of ravens.
A gaggle.
A gaggle
It's
of
actually a
ravens.
conspiracy.
Ravens.
A conspiracy of ravens.
Welcome to the conspiracy theory.
Amazing.
What do you guys want to do? You
I'm
walk
gonna
out?
cast silent image real quick, and it's gonna look like his werewolf form that's just running around.
Okay. How long does your shield last?
Oh, it's concentration
minutes.
for 10 minutes.
So it's dropped by now. Okay. So your little spectral form, just you see
Little werewolf running around.
disappears in the trees and back out. Ravens are just watching you.
Yeah, after you guys.
I'll just start walking
And
out
then
towards
we-
my javelin.
In the middle.
Pick up the javelin. Ravens are still just watching. You're about 15 or so feet from where this thing's stuck in the axe. Where the axe is stuck in the tree.
I'll just kind of walk over about 5 feet away from the base of the tree and just kind of like look up at it.
Don't touch it.
I'm not going to touch it. I just want to look at it, like before.
It's
Don't touch it.
as you get up close to it and you're looking at it, the axe it's well crafted. You can see that there's some small, looks like red gemstones in the handle. You guys all walk up close to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. You would notice that it looks like an orcish make.
Oh boy.
That's it.
Could it be a warning of some sort? Or directions?
Yeah, maybe they're marking like the boundaries of their territory. I don't know. I literally have children's books of knowledge to go off of. All I know is that if you see an orc, don't talk to it. It's gonna take you away.
I could tell you much more about goblins. Orcs aren't really my forte.
Oh, so you mean my child's equivalent of knowledge is more better than yours about orcs? We're in trouble. But you know.
He knows about orcs.
Yes, you know. Tell us, Galdor. What is it? What does it mean? What does this mean?
Roll history check.
Come on, Galdor.
14.
It looks like it could be just like they are all. You've seen this done for marking territory. You've seen this done for as a warning. If you're getting a little too close to where they live, they'll do this. Especially with a very nice axe, they'll stick it in trees and things to show how powerful they are. They don't care that it's a nice thing. You've also seen and heard stories of people that have taken these, and the orcs have hunted them down to get their axe back.
Well, this could be marking territory, or I mean, if you guys really wanted to fight orc, we could take it. Well, there's been times where people have been hunted down for it, so.
Do you think possibly more important than fighting orcs? First, we need to find thing causing death.
I mean, that we can always use it as an option to take the axe. Hopefully they'll follow eventually. We could lead them to the swamp where like the ghost things came out, and maybe there'll be more ghosts. Kill the orcs. The orcs kill the ghosts. We pick off the stragglers.
But we are not going back towards Bog. We're going into territory marked by axe.
Yeah. You made an illusion.
I'm not touching it.
You made an illusion.
Last time I touched something. Don't touch it.
Okay, what?
You made an illusion.
Sometimes.
Can you make us or yourself? Can you make us look like orcs too?
I can make my illusion look like an orc.
That could work.
Yeah. And we could be imprisoned by it, but that's for minutes. It doesn't talk, and if they look at it, they can probably tell it's fake.
Well, I mean,
just don't look at it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, from the children's stories, again, I know my knowledge of them is garbage, but I'm just gonna go off it because it's all I have. Apparently, they're not very bright.
But they're stinky, so they'll know that it's not a real orc because it doesn't stink.
Can we be stinky?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't.
He slept in a barn last night.
Yeah.
bathed in Ohio.
Y'all just came through a nasty bog.
Probably
While you're having
sewer
this
water.
discussion, you glance over your shoulder and look, and there's probably 20 to 30 ravens all kind of perched in the trees watching you guys.
I don't really like these birds. They seem to be doubling in amount. And they're a little unsettling.
Yeah, they're not moving, not squawking, they're just watching you guys all day.
Should we go forward
So
and just
whatever-
leave the XP?
Yes.
Maybe take it on our way out if we really want the fight works.
So, 1 second.
We can make the decision.
Forward!
Okay. They step past the axe, step a little bit further in, and the forest, as you keep going, is getting, like I said, more and more dead, more desolate, more downed trees. You leave past that area, looking back, and you notice less and less of those ravens. Eventually, you don't see any more in the trees as you make your way further in. Way off in the distance, you catch a couple of glimpses of light, like way off in the distance. You're walking, you see a couple of more lights. There's kind of,
Does it look like firelight?
Kind
Like
of.
a torch?
but they're like just kind of hovering out in the middle of trees on lights.
Do you guys see those?
I would suggest maybe avoiding them.
Yeah.
They could be traps. Or just, groups of orcs. We don't know.
As you guys keep going east, the lights, you see that they're small, just like little orbs of light floating way off in the trees, just not really moving anywhere, just kind of falling in there in the area.
Do there seem to be any, distinct pattern?
No.
Oh yeah.
So you go towards them, or
Are they in the
skirt
direction
around
of
them?
east, or...?
Ish. You can skirt around them if you want.
I
think
was gonna say I'd skirt around them.
Okay. Skirt around to the right of them. You see that there's, as you kind of come around and you're looking off, you can see that there's not just a couple, 2 or 3. There's like 7 or 8 of them that are kind of
Ooh.
floating out in this area. As you
Are they
kind of
following us? That's good.
So if anybody wants to roll a nature check to figure out. some-
I would for sure.
I will try. 4.
Oh no! 6. It's a 6.
16.
Nature's that my thing?
9. Nature's not your thing.
Nope.
Okay. You have in the past that you've had some of the battles and the wars that you've fought, going back through areas where there's a lot of dead, you've heard stories of spirits that will linger in areas. Some fey touched, some would get the gist that these may be wisps floating off in the trees. You guys had so much fun with wisps in the last session. They're in the trees off, but you were able to scoot around them pretty easily. As you are, after hours of trudging through this dead forest that's getting worse and worse, the forest thins slightly. Out ahead of you, you see up on a small rise what appears to be a building. As you get a little bit closer, you see that a lot of the facade of stone is still there. Some pieces broken off. The roof is mostly collapsed. There's roots and trees that looks like they're starting to reclaim this. And there's a large wooden door. As you look up this slight rise, the door that's on its hinges but is hanging open. And what you kind of see off ahead of you.
And it's just one building by itself.
It looks like there's a building, a larger building, and then a small side building off to the side that looks like it's probably attached.
Would anyone be opposed to maybe sitting down to rest for a minute?
No. No opposition for me.
That'd be nice.
Hunker down somewhere here in this godforsaken forest to try and rest for a few minutes.
Is it still daylight?
Short rest
It is.
or long
It's
rest?
getting later in
short
the afternoon.
rest.
You guys have been going for several hours. You guys left early. You've been going most of the day, so you're probably 4-ish in the afternoon. So,
Also, while we're doing the short rest, do we want to be here stuck at nightfall? I mean, lots of dead and unnatural things come out after dark. So.
Are you scared?
No, I'm just familiar with the gloomy things that happen. Not a fan.
You're a gloomy thing that happens. Why are you not a fan?
I mean, yes, I'm the scariest thing in this forest, but it doesn't mean I have to be a fan about it.
You think you're scary?
I'm just gonna keep it.
Oh, I'm terrifying.
I'm so scary.
I'm
Not as
keeping
scary
an eye
as
on
a
us,
kitten.
Johnny's.
Roll perception.
I'm terrifying.
Let's actually get a good roll on this one.
Alright, time to roll some hit dice and heal.
13.
13. Okay.
Is our strength still affected, or is it normal? Yeah.
I'd say by now if you're taking a rest and you guys are kicking back, let's see, we'll get back to you. You're good.
Okay.
So it was going to be, I rolled a 6 on a d6, so like 6 hours.
Oof.
So I'll give it to you. Strength back to normal. As you guys are kind of kicked back, relaxing, munching on some of the dried meat and stuff that I've given to you, you glance around and kind of creeped out by this area, and you notice off in the trees, these small lights are kind of getting a little bit closer. Way off, you went around them, they didn't kind of fall. You probably put some distance, but as you've sat for a while, it looks like they're probably starting to drift your way. They're still a ways out, but you catch a glimpse of them, you're like, those weren't there a minute ago.
Those flashlights are getting closer to us.
Well, I'm off to the creepy building then.
You're the creepiest thing here. You first.
That's right, I am, but I'm gonna go in as my normal self. And if we see anything bad, then I'll get all scary.
I think you're the creepiest thing here. Then here first.
All right.
Or you.
I
So,
know,
we'll
even her
pull this out
voice is
for
just
you.
intimidating.
Like those two. Oh boy.
I thank you for
Pull out the
that.
building for you.
Yes, you're very intimidating.
You're not.
I don't try to be.
You think you're creepy, though. I don't understand. You're creepy but not intimidating? Like,
Actually, don't do
parents?
that.
Oh, no, me like this. I'm very charming.
I don't know about
That's still
that either.
subjective, sir.
Ish.
That's because we spend time together. There's a difference.
Oh, it's a big building!
Yeah, it's a large, probably an older keep of some sort. There's a second building.
Here we go. Gonna look at the battle map. Ba-da-da-da-da.
There we go.
So we got the buildings.
So, just give me a marching order for this baby.
I'll be going first.
Okay.
I'll be going second.
I'll go third if that's okay.
Bring up the back. Okay.
I don't really want to be left out in the open.
So you guys are gonna walk up to the
Yeah,
front
it
of this
sucks
thing.
being a mage, doesn't it?
It does.
As you come up to the front, like I said, the door's kind of hanging off its hinges, kind of. You notice that this was probably orc built. Just the structure. I mean, this is just here for now, but this will be crushed in. There's kind of trees and things that have overtaken most of this stuff. Looks like it's been here a while. Could be where. you roll. Does anybody want to roll a perception check real quick?
Yeah.
14?
Before I roll, I want to just try to focus on hearing.
Okay.
So 9.
You want me to roll again? Oh, okay.
The other one was before you start.
11.
As you get a little bit closer, you notice that there are some. It looks like this was probably used quite heavily. There's some trees and things that have been carved with orcish runic writing and things around. Some old torture places. What is that?
You say, shake those dice harder, please.
Shake them. Nice. And it looks like this is probably where this major offensive from these orcs was out of this area. Off through the trees, you can see that there are some structures that are completely taken over, some ruins that are just broken pieces of wood. But this main structure, this massive keep, was probably the one that's lasted the longest. So, you make your way up to the building.
Yeah. I'll head up to the door and I'll just kind of, with my great axe, just kind of push it in a little more.
Yeah, it's already like hanging open. You
Oh,
walk
like
right
completely
up and
open?
look in. Yeah.
Okay. You
It's
will.
pitch black in there, dark. Dark vision.
I do, as this variant Dragonborn race.
So we'll roll a perception check if you want. Your disadvantage, obviously.
This are 12.
Okay. As you look in, there are what looks to be some tables and things, the wooden things that are kind of broken and laying in there. A lot of dust and the leaves and branches and things that have blown in that are scattered through into the main room. Here, we'll just look into the room.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty barren, but there's stuff that's just smashed. Like the door itself is hanging open. Yeah, there's a second structure.
I'll just kind of like turn around. Looks empty. Not sure yet.
Okay.
And I'll take a couple steps in and look around some more.
Do you want some light?
That would be nice.
I'm assuming you have your big axe on your back.
I'm holding it.
Okay, I'm gonna cast light on her axe.
Oh.
Lights up. Cool.
Okay. I have to touch it. Come back.
I'll
I'll go bless it.
turn around.
I'll bless her thing.
I touch her thing.
Yeah, I touch
Here,
her.
let me bless that for you.
So that one just does bright light in 20 feet, dim light in 20 more.
Cool.
Oh,
So-
and it's going to be colored as I'd like? Oh, that's cool.
Ooh.
Do you have to sing for it to happen too?
No. That was only the one, because I'm a bard initiative.
That's awesome.
That was why that was that.
Nice.
So,
Hell
what
yes.
color do I want? It's going to be red. Just like a nice, vibrant red.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Step in and-
It's
Okay.
a
As you
lightsaber.
walk in, yeah, as you're like,
I just look.
as you kind of cast it around, walking up, you notice there's a fire pit, and as you come a little bit closer in, you notice right in the middle of the ground, it looks like there are pieces of bone, and like some look like skull cap, and there's dozens that are like smashed.
Orc sized or normal
Looks
humanoid?
like more smaller.
Okay.
It's gonna
You see that there are like in the floor, it's a stone floor, but there's like axe marks in the floor. Like bring them in, kapow, chop it up, get right here.
I'm gonna like sneak, like not sneak in, but like be like right behind her, like try to look over her like 6.5 foot shoulders, or like under her arm, like move her arm out of the way. What are you looking at? What are you looking at?
Bones.
Oh,
So it's quiet. There's a room, a door here, one here that's ripped off and just destroyed. This one here, well, it was. It's pretty broken. It's broken down. Up here, this isn't stairs.
Okay.
There's just looks like crap and stuff that's been stacked back in here that's all degraded and broken down. It's,
You said there was a fire pit?
yeah.
Is
there's
it-
a fireplace.
I want to go over to the fireplace.
Okay.
Does it look like it's been used anytime recently?
No. It's
Alright.
it looks like everything else in here. Looks as you're walking
Pretty
in, you
much
notice
all
that you're
just
like
dust.
kicking stuff, and you're like, you guys are leaving marks as you're coming in.
Told you orcs died. Should have taken their axe. Bummer.
You guys know how things crazy happen every once in a while when I do spells. Should we see if there's any magic here?
I mean, I say go for
Your funeral.
it. Why are you so nervous?
Just
Just throw a mage hand out there. It's
Detect
fine,
magic.
dude.
I cast detect magic.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah.
Detect magic. What's your range?
30 feet.
30 feet around you. Is it
Yeah.
obstructed by any walls or anything?
Isn't it like
Penetrate most barriers, blocked by 1 foot of stone, inch of common metal, and a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood.
That's what I wanted you to read, so when I tell you you don't see shit, that's why.
Okay. So
Nothing
that's
around.
shit. Okay.
I'll
I'll
go-
walk around the building.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go investigate the room with the door that's kind
This
of
one here?
broken down. Yeah.
Okay. You said you're going to go around the building or in? You just said you're going to go around the building.
In around.
So you
like
guys are
in
all in here?
around inside?
Okay. You walk up, look into this room. You see there's a tipped over table that's smashed, and on the backside there's another door that is shut.
Housekeeping. We have another door over here.
I'll head over to the door.
You guys spend some time looking around. There's another small storeroom back here that's full of looks like old leather armor that's all like fallen apart and degraded. Probably been abandoned for the last few years, and then the elements have taken it. There's not much in here. It's pretty destroyed. There's bones and looks like there was an orc pit living in this place.
Yeah, I will go, since Enzo brought up the other door, I'll go in there.
Okay. So you guys all make your way into this one.
Is the door to it unlocked?
The door, it is. As you kind of, it opens, and there's a small hallway that goes to another door.
Oh, that's spooky.
Still nothing.
I'll just
No.
keep going.
You get to the next door, and it's locked.
Oh, don't worry about this. Don't worry about this. I can help unlock the door.
I was
I
just
can
going to
show
say I
you.
could kick it down, but that's fine too.
Come on, Aladdin.
Yeah. I'll pull out my thieves' tools.
Nice. Do it.
Like, alright, hold on. At the element of surprise, we have to practice for later.
What is the prize?
That's a fair point. That's a
Axe
fair
in the
point.
head is a good surprise.
That is a good surprise. I just start picking the lock.
Okay, go ahead and do it.
Really good surprise.
Ooh. It's gonna be 18.
18, okay. Takes a second, it's like, yeah, just watch, clink, you're
Element of surprise.
As he opens the door, I'm casting minor illusion and a scream behind the door.
a scream.
Just a scream,
Okay, well,
like just a scare him.
okay, how loud is your scream as you push this?
You're just trying to prank you. It's gonna get
It
us all
can range from a whisper. It's a whisper to where only he can hear it.
Just a little.
Like those voices we did.
Yeah.
surprise.
Okay.
Yeah. Element of surprise, and push it open,
Okay.
and then just like produce flame, just like shoot at the door. It's like.
As you push the door, you hear he shoots it, it lights it up. As you're like, you get a ping of extremely strong magic in that. Oh, shit.
Whatever is in there. Be careful.
Well, you just shot fire in there, so it knows why you're here now.
Alright.
I will cast Shield of Faith on this guy.
Okay. Okay. Shield of Faith on you.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So as you guys step in, there's, like I said, there's another room. This is a hallway. So as you guys step into here, in this room, oh, that's the wrong person. That's fine. This room looks like it is probably a throne room of some sort for whoever the main orcish person probably was that lived here. At the far end of the room, there is a female figure, not quite human. She's sitting casually on this throne, this orcish throne, and her body is a pale light green coloring, very pale, draped in kind of withered clothing as she's leaning in this chair looking at you as the door opens. Back behind her, this finery and things, some of the banners and things are ripped and faded. There is also sitting in the corner a very large morning star. Massive axe, or this big morning star, like almost not a great axe, like a hammer, but it's a morning star. It has the four spike, huge, leaning up against the wall. The floor in here is full of skeletal corpses. Some still wearing leather, some not. As this figure sits looking at you as the door.
What's pinging magic in there?
Her.
So it's only her?
And the morning star.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Okay. That's what I was assuming. I will absolutely relay that. She's obvious, right? Magical lady. Anyway, her. Ooh, that looks fun. That thing over there is magic too. Don't touch it.
Don't touch.
Don't touch.
Wait, this is gonna be a
When
dumb
you
question.
touch things, they
This
go boom.
dumb question. She's staring. She's alive. She's staring at us.
She knows
She's
where they are.
watching that door. She's
Just sitting there looking at you guys.
Hi. Pardon the intrusion.
So much for element of surprise.
What's your name, lady?
Why don't you come in and we can talk?
No. Sorry. This is a bad time. We caught you in the middle of something. I'll just kind of like reach for the doorknob and just like start.
She just kind of smiles
pulling
and
it
you go
shut.
to pull the door. You're like, she's like, oh, you're already in my home. Come, and she pulls like this, and you hear the door behind you slam shut. Come. You obviously came for something, and she smiles.
My lady, we don't mean any harm by being here, I promise you that. But,
So why is it that you came?
we were asked to come here
By who?
by the Touchies and the little town that's been destroyed.
Ah, the town that takes my trees, takes what they want. So you're here with them.
No, we were here, well, I guess technically.
Yes.
We're not here to do their bidding, we're here to see what's going on.
Well, you can see what's going on. You've now trespassed in my home. Why are you in my woods? Can't say something. You're a holy man.
Can I only assume maybe you're a little angry with the people around?
Of course I'm angry. You can see what I did to those that defiled my forests and my land.
Is there anything we can do to help?
Yes, you could have not come into my forest.
That's fair. I can't help it. That's
Well, we'll just vacate the forest immediately, and we'll advise anyone else
She
to
reaches
also
over and
vacate
she
the
kind
forest.
of lays her hand on the arm of this throne and grips it. And you see vines and things go down walls come around, down the walls behind you. I think not, my friend. Why don't you come join the rest that trespassed? Let's roll initiative.
Oh,
Oh,
balls! Finally, I rolled
I am
decent.
dead last.
what'd you roll?
One.
Okay.
For one for a
15 to 20 or higher.
18.
17. 17.
Nice.
I can math.
Hey,
Nice.
Bam.
Math
So
is
we
hard.
got Enzo first again.
Yes. Enzo's quick.
What'd you get?
17.
Nice.
14.
14.
And 1.
Jimmy.
2. You said it was 2.
What do you mean?
What'd you do? 2 to 1?
natural one for a 2.
Ooh, okay. Caldor. Okay. Enzo, you're up, buddy. As she does this, the door, like I said, is slammed behind you. Your guys, we'll kind of go. The vines shoot down the walls and they come up behind you and start pushing forward. She's trying to pull you guys from here into here. So if you guys can see this or not. Get this out here. So you got the gal sitting over in the throne. She shot these around. You guys were coming in from over here.
And the morning star is where?
So the Morning Star is sitting basically right by her, leaning
Okay.
up against the wall.
Okay.
So, what do you want to do, buddy? She's just trying to pull you in.
Oh no. I'll look back at Alarm and be like, yeah. Or yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I will come running in.
Okay.
I know. Slipping into Dieter there. 5, 10,
Yes, yeah.
15,
Little beater action.
20. Just come right up there.
Okay.
I'll come running up and just kind of like, kneel down, and I'm just gonna like summon like all this like fire and just burning hands at her.
Nice. Good.
So she needs to make a dexterity save of 14.
14 was... Yeah, she fails.
Oh, nice. 3d6 fire damage. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 points of fire damage.
Alrighty. Hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the save?
14.
She still fails, so that's fine.
Nice.
13 damage. You
13
come
points
in,
of fire.
You kind of right in her face as she turns and looks at you and it hits. You see her eyes kind of, they blink wrong. She rears back from you. She turns her head and her eyes are kind of a little bit longer than they should be. She's got some pointed ears, but she is definitely not human. Looks, I don't know what the hell she is. And she's got control of her environment pretty well. But you burned her. She hisses at you and her mouth kind of goes a little wider than it should. Her fangs kind of... She gets not real angry. Doesn't like that. Okay, anything else you got?
In the bonus actions?
I'm not looking at my bonus actions.
You should get your transformation back for your short rest.
I do, yeah, but I don't know why, but I didn't do it yet.
Next time.
Yeah. Next time.
What else you got, buddy?
I'm gonna go ahead and do my Crimson Right.
Oof.
I'm gonna essentially just use my long sword and just kind of slash my hand down the blade and activate it with my my fire damage Crimson Right. So just lights up in flames, and I take 1d4 damage.
So you,
Right.
as she turns and
Yes, when you activate it, you
As
take
she-
the Hemocraft.
as she turns and kind of hisses at you, you see he pulls this out and it lights up flames as well as blood kind of hits the ground. Oh yeah, eyes go a little red, flames in your hair kind of.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen him this serious for a while.
She's like,
I'm
yes.
all fire.
Yeah.
Okay, that it?
Fire. Yes, that's
Okay.
that's all. That's all. Man.
You're up.
You.
And Jiminy's on deck.
So
Jiminy
very,
Cricket.
very excited. I would like to.
Jiminy
I would like to rage.
I would like to rage.
Yeah.
Right. So you're standing in the hall.
And then I'm gonna run just like into the room. I just want to be like 20 feet from her.
As soon as you step inside, you're within about 20 feet.
Cool. I'm gonna use my breath weapon.
Oh! Hey!
So I need her to make a dexterity
Say you're
save.
gonna have to move a little bit closer so
Yeah,
you don't
it's-
hit your friend.
Yeah, as I say, it's 5 feet by 30 feet. Like,
Okay.
so it's dexterity saving throw of 13.
Dex save of 13. Fails again. Damn.
So 2d6 acid damage.
Woo!
She takes 10 acid damage. I can math.
Nice.
Nice. Excellent. So you come in, burn. Friend comes running in behind you, and you see her dragon face spits acid, and as the acid hits, you see some of the hair kind of sizzle and fall, and she turns her head to you, and the eyes blinking. She does not like you. Does not like this at all.
Fight me!
That it?
That's all I got. That was my bonus action range of my actions.
Beautiful.
So,
Okay.
red weapon.
Jiminy Cricket.
All right, I'm just gonna come in the doorway and off to the side a little bit.
Okay.
You know, yeah, maybe a little more, so I'm still kind of out of the way. I don't know. I want to hide a little bit.
She's like, stick me in
It's
the
like,
corner.
hey, I'm gonna just step in. Sucks the wall.
And then I'm going to, yeah, I'm gonna cast. Stand by. I want to make sure see what long I have.
It's only the first time you played this game.
I know, that's nice. Let's see. So I'm gonna set down my staff and be like, "You made a mistake," and cast Destiny Whispers.
Okay. This is gonna be
14.
Made a
Wisdom.
14 wisdom. She 15.
Okay. So still half damage
Cool.
and doesn't move away.
What'd you do, Richard?
It decided to restart. D&D Beyond said no.
Did you do that? Nope.
3d6. So
Said no.
2.
What's it say?
Yeah.
It's right in.
So half a
Slip
7.
Yes. Yes. Slip it right in.
Half of 7.
7. So 4. So I'll give
Yeah.
you the 4 damage.
And then, yeah, so 4.
Okay.
And then I have a bonus.
So yeah, there's a Destiny Whisper. So what do you say?
I already said. You made a really big mistake.
It's not how you said it though.
You made a mistake.
You made a mistake.
There you go.
Hey, there we go.
It's a Destiny Whisper, right? It has to be a
Oh, it does have to be
melody.
melodical.
You made a mistake.
Wonderful.
And you have inspiration for the next time.
All right.
Yes, there you go. I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
And
Oh, that's great.
I hide behind him.
You're like, okay. I'll let you use your last bit of movement to get right up
I was
behind
gonna
him.
say, if possible.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
It's her turn now. She's a little
Yeah.
pissed at y'all.
I like that.
Yeah, why not?
Group kill right here.
Huh?
It's a group kill.
Maybe.
For everybody but you. You're like,
Because I'm out there.
I'm out.
He's just like, I'm gonna watch from here.
Oh, let's
Step in, everyone's just dead.
I'm just checking on one thing real quick.
Oh boy.
So let's see if I got this one.
And you know he doesn't care about wiping us on this one, right?
Oh no, it's a one shot. It's
This
okay.
is a one shot.
That's what I mean.
We're all good.
On this thing.
Right, that's fair.
Why would I care on any of them? Okay, so sorry, I'm trying to get my stupid spell list to pull up. You did the same thing yours did. It's like, nope.
Why?
Stupid thing. Come on, load. Sorry, no, you're all waiting. She doesn't like you guys right now.
Well, I think the feeling's semi-mutual.
Mm-hmm.
You guys just walked into her house and started burning her.
She didn't really
Yeah,
give
you
us
know
a
what,
choice.
Night, you got a
She
point.
blocked us in. She
Just
blocked
gonna
us in.
You got a point.
So
man.
came
She
out
started
from
dragging
another
us
place.
in, and she said she's been killing everyone. So I mean,
Yeah, she killed
Yeah.
all
I'm cool to fight. I'm good to
I
fight.
killed all the orcs and stuff.
I'm good at fighting orcs, motherfuckers.
That's fair, yeah.
You gotta give us something to fight.
Alright, so she's going to.
My characters are always the ones to just hit some nature entity lady with fire every time.
She's going to step forward slightly so you guys are all kind of in range of her.
Oh,
She
great.
steps up right between each of you.
Oh boy.
She reaches out both hands and you see that her hands come out and there's like vines come off her hands as she rears back, rips them around the room and it comes around the room. Massive whip attack. It hits for all of you guys.
For me.
Plus, so on you, she's got a 20, 30.
That hits.
The other one, that's going to miss on you, 6.
Glad that.
And on you is a 18 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that's
Because he's in front of you.
Yep.
So
Right.
miss
Basically,
you.
basically, you have partial cover from him
Yeah.
hiding behind you.
Cool.
So, it is a
Damn.
9 piercing damage.
Oof.
And I need the two of you to make Constitution save.
Okay. So good.
Okay. Let's see.
Ooh.
10.
10, you take 9 more poison damage.
17.
You take half of that, so 4.
Oh, nice.
Should have just picked Totem with a fire emblem. Resisted to everything.
So after the vine whip that
The
she
products
rips
did
around here,
nothing.
she is going to. Ooh, maybe. Come on, freaking. Why is D&D being so slow right now? Yeah, why not? Cool. So she's going to, after she whips that around, she's going to take a step back, reach for the Morning Star as she grabs a hold of it. She pulls it up, and she kind of hefts it. As she does, it flares to life. And all 3 of you in the room, I need you to make a intelligence. Just a save. Roll an
Oh
intelligence,
boy.
please.
Oh my goodness, come on. Why is it doing that?
The only benefit of rolling
Okay, so I'm
low
gonna
on
use
the
my
initiative.
Tides of Chaos, because I rolled an 8.
15.
So hold on.
I have no modifier.
16.
I have
So
no
you said
modifier.
intelligence? So 10.
Yeah, okay. So the 2 of you, as she picks this thing up and it lights in her hand, you feel whispers and things kind of in your head. As you kind of shake it off, you kind of peek from behind where you're like, oh, what happened? And you see this thing flare up. For the next round, you're charmed. You see it and you're like, ah, and she turns and looks at you and as you hear in your head, kill your friends.
Okay.
You don't have to do anything just yet, but that's on your next turn.
Yeah,
When it
that's
comes
what
to
I'm
you.
Behind you.
Cool.
Absolutely. What does
Door.
inspiration do, by the way?
Gives you an advantage.
Heavy in the
So I didn't have to
Yes.
use my Tides of
My
Chaos.
back is so perfectly exposed that I put a knife in it.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
He's gonna
That's
have
fine.
advantage.
Okay, Galdo, you're up,
No,
buddy.
he will.
Galdo, you're up, buddy.
Oh
You
boy.
see all this here it is.
I
She's
will
holding this
Come
Morning
run
Star
on
hand.
in there.
Yeah!
Go get her.
I will run all the way up to her.
Okay.
Computer.
Right up
Just swing. Oh, that misses. That's a
Oh,
natural
you gotta say less,
1.
fam.
Oh, you come running in and you trip over one of these vines. And as you land, it hits the ground. The hammer hits right at her feet. You look up, and she's standing over you with this Morning Star.
Gosh dang it,
Oh,
Galador.
no.
So you're going to be prone because you tripped. It's a natural 1.
Oh.
You won't take any damage, but you're prone, laying in front of her.
Oh.
You're like, oh.
Oh,
Okay.
No.
Anything else you got?
Hmm.
So you move. What's your movement?
25.
Yeah, you move 20 to get to her, so you still don't have enough to get up.
Did they hear her say for me to kill them?
No.
Or was it in my
It is
head?
in your
As you kind of glance
That's
around
what
your
I
friend,
thought.
like, oh, and you're like, oh, that's pretty, and then, okay.
Oh, she's pretty.
Well, that's about all I can do.
Okay.
Oh,
Enzo,
level 3, guys.
Oh, great.
what you gonna do, buddy? She just whipped the shit out of you. Fine.
picked up a morning star.
And I'm holding on to your back.
Yeah. She is bleeding. You guys have done some damage from the burning and stuff. She still looks strong, but you have done damage to her.
Okay. Bonus action, I'm going to cast Blood Curse of the Muddled Mind.
Which one?
Yeah. Blank your friends. Yes, say less, fam.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, so bonus action, Blood Curse of the Muddled Mind. Hoping she has blood.
Okay.
So, if she's concentrating on anything, she has disadvantage on the next Constitution saving throw she has to make before the end of my next turn.
Okay. She is concentrating on one.
Nice. So, yeah, I'm gonna cast that, and then just get my long sword. Let's go for an attack.
You cast it. Does she have to beat anything, or is it just go into effect on her?
No, it just says. Oh. No, it just says it happens.
Cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's.
Wow.
Yeah, some of them require
That's
saves,
nuts.
some of
Yeah,
them don't.
so that, cool.
Wow.
Okay.
Is it amplified that way, or to not have a save, or?
Amplified, the cursed creature has disadvantage on Constitution saving throws made to maintain concentration of spells until the end of your next turn. What?
If you amplify it, did you roll to take the damage for amplifying it?
No, I just cast it once.
So,
Oh.
amplified version is like the heightened version.
Okay.
So, to do that, you take a Hemocraft die worth of
Yeah,
damage.
you have to take it.
Gotcha. So when I cast it the first time, just like as the basic version,
Uh-huh.
do I do the Hemocraft die too?
No.
Oh, okay.
But if you choose to amplify it, you do.
So it's casting it just normal. What's the
Oh
difference?
yeah, just normal is the next Constitution save. Amplified is all Constitution
Okay,
saves.
okay.
Okay. Yeah, just a normal
Cool.
base version.
Yep, no problem.
And then I'm gonna go for an attack with my long sword.
Do it.
Two-handed, baby.
Yep, get it.
Natural 20. Oh.
Do it. Roll up the die.
All right.
Double that, baby.
Snazzy.
All right, here we go.
Is yours a straight
Ooh, a
point?
10.
And you have fire on it, right?
I do. So I got a 10, so 20.
20.
22 plus my modifier.
Yep.
And then the D4. Come on, baby. Oh, no! 1, so 2.
Okay.
So
23.
24.
24.
24 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Oh.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
wow.
disadvantage on a concentration or constitution save.
Yeah, you smashers. This is your sword, right?
Yeah, my
The fire
sword.
damage, as you step forward, she's kind of looks at you and you come running towards her. She tries to kind of flinch away as this thing hits, and it carves deep into her. She screams, her head turns to her. You see the eyes kind of, and then as she does, you see spikes kind of up her head.
Oh no, oh no.
She's like a freaky
Pull
bug
my
lady.
sword out. That's my turn.
Cool. Nice. You freaking. She bloody did. You hurt. That one hurt bad.
I know she's gonna
Sorry,
murder me. Oh no.
If it gets back to her turn. You got 2 more rounds.
Ah!
You're up.
Oh boy.
Kill it!
Oh, and then you're still on her team. Actually,
Yes.
with the damage.
Yeah. So disadvantage on her save.
Yes.
It drops.
Ooh.
3.
Oh,
really?
no.
So you're like, I'm gonna kill my friend.
Oh,
Yeah. It
Like-
drops.
No,
You
That's
are
good. I was
don't.
just gonna ask.
You guys are
why.
freaking
Don't
lucky.
want
Yeah,
to
her
kill my
concentration
friend.
dropped. Yeah, with that and freaking crit, her concentration dropped.
I don't want to kill my friend. What?
I don't want to kill him. Okay, you're up, dude. What do you want to do?
I'm going to. I can't tell where she is very well.
She's
Can I
just going
flank?
back a little bit. Not really. Not
Okay.
there.
All right. Well, I'll just run up to her then.
Okay.
And if I
Right
can't
up to her.
flank, I'm going to go reckless.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm going to take the 23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Man.
He's chatting back. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for chatting.
Okay. So hopefully necrotic will do something on her. I don't know. So it's going to be my brain just stopped functioning. 12 slashing damage from the great axe and 7 necrotic damage.
Nice.
You run forward,
Nice.
slamming this axe into her. How do you want to do this?
Hey!
I just wanna I don't know. I did not expect this to happen.
She had 14 left.
just charge forward and plunge it into her chest and just say, "We win," and then pull it out.
As she hits the ground, her eyes kind of blinking sideways, not. She looks at you and you see the vines and things around kind of start withering that are on the walls. Like almost turning stone. Because it's working its way down the hall.
Are we done?
He said, "How good she pulled out."
Oh, damn. Ouch. Okay. It gets quiet. You guys want to do?
Oh,
Well, I would stand up for one.
Oh! Little dwarf stands up.
I didn't even take any damage that
Nice.
So we're good.
is that all? We done? Did we do it?
Oh, I don't know.
I want to pick up the Morning Star.
Okay. The Morning Star that you pick up, it is a very large weapon. It's as you pick it up, you kind of get the like something. It's you kind of hear whispers in your head as you. Why not?
Well, why not? This seems to be repetitive here. Pick up a weapon, hear things in your head. It's fine.
Yeah, it's a hefty beast. This is kind of what it looks like right here. Sick.
Ooh, nice.
It's cool.
At the very least, if I don't keep it, it's gotta be worth something. I'm just.
Heat it up and
Yeah.
start kind of. Okay.
Heft it up, put my great axe back on my back, and just kind of heft this thing up onto my shoulder.
Walking with an axe. Morning Star.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fight me, dare you.
Anything else interesting in this room?
You can roll a investigation. Oh,
Okay.
I'll help him out.
Cool. Thanks. Cladding your arms. No, it's not very good.
Wow.
12.
okay. Not really. Most of it looks like it's either was long gone or it's rotted away. There's not much in here.
How dark is it in here?
It's pitch black.
Okay. I'm casting
Yeah,
light on
our
the
light
end of my
walked
staff.
away.
Her
My-
axe was
Yeah.
lit up. So you just have
Oh, well, I'll
some light.
Well, it
stay.
only
I will
lasts-
stay, like, in
an
there.
hour.
I wanna. Can I look on her for anything that looks valuable?
Sure.
Does she
try.
wear jewelry or anything?
Try. If you want to roll.
Investigation or perception?
Investigation.
I'll assist you.
Okay. 17. I have no modifier.
17. You bend down and kind of push aside some of the clothing that you've now severed.
Yeah.
There's a pendant that we had that is now basically shorn in half. As you kind of pull off the grab it, you have to like pull, and the chain kind of wraps around her neck as you pull it out. The chain snaps, and there's a pendant that has a there's an emblem on there that you've never seen before. As you pick it up and kind of look at it. The emblem itself looks almost like it looks almost dark elf drow in kind of as you look at it for a second, but it's slightly different. First thing that comes to mind would be the Spider Queen, but it's different. You're like, huh. It's kind of all you really get.
Alright. I'm satisfied.
Am
I
I
got
still
a
detecting
necklace thing
magic?
and a big.
Yeah,
More?
there's not much else in there.
Not the
Just horns.
what she has
Glowing
is
like crazy. Yeah, it lights up
the
a little bit.
medallion.
A little bit. It's got a faint
Okay.
glow. It's not super strong.
The mace is, but that's not.
Yeah, the mace is glowing like the
Weird.
sun. Yeah.
Are we good? Do we go home?
Does she have like vines kind of like growing out of her, like some kind of plant nature entity thing?
She has it's kind of weird as you kind of look closer, like her skin is super pale, but she has like these spike growths that are now coming out of her, especially when she went towards you. There's
Yeah.
some spikes that are coming out off of her. Her legs, where she's standing on the ground, when it gets darker green as it goes down, she's super pale. But when she gets towards her leg, it kind of looks like plants, kind of a mix of maybe Fey Dryad with something else ish.
Mhm.
It's trippy as hell.
Okay. Fair point.
What is that?
Odd that plant isn't getting sunlight.
Yep. No sunlight down
I'll
there.
yeah. I'll actually I'm gonna see if I can just like take like one of the spike growth things and just like remove it, like
Okay.
from her like arm or
You
something.
grab a hold and it's like you have to cut it off,
Yeah, I'll do that.
like a finger, basically. Like,
Yeah,
saw it off.
yeah. I'll saw it off and then I'm just gonna put it in like a little glass vial that I got. Just
Easy enough.
save it for later.
Okay. What you guys want to do in the room,
I'm good.
She's not bleeding. She doesn't. Oh, she would have blood because my curse worked.
or she does? It's like it looks like it's rotten, like it's black and coagulated, even as you're hacking it and pulling it out. It's like yeah, it's
If I can collect any like in a separate vial, I'll do that too.
okay. I'll say you can, and it's very thick,
You.
kind of coagulated, looking nasty.
Ugh,
Yeah,
like old Jello.
pretty much blackened Jello,
Ugh.
rotten Jello.
Ooh, that's
It
gross.
smells great.
Ugh, cottage cheese.
I didn't need
It's
that
like-
image.
Rotten funk, yeah.
Mm.
So, what you guys want to do up in here?
I'm good.
You make your way out of the building, and as you step out, you kind of are like, oh, you see that the plants, the trees, they're still dead, but a breeze comes through, and you're like, it smells fresh. You're like, huh,
And there was a breeze.
there's a breeze
Right.
where there was nothing before.
Yeah.
You're like, you're kind of some
Do I
rustling.
hear anything? Okay. Sounds like animals again.
You don't hear any animals.
Okay.
I mean, it's just
As if
But
it's
there's
this feels
some
like something
actual
has
sounds,
been,
though.
something has been, the oppressive, whatever it was, has been lifted off as you step out. You're like, oh, I can actually breathe.
and it's super dark. Other than
It's-
the dark light. that-
Oh, as you step outside, it's still probably 6 or so. It's getting evening, but it's daylight outside.
Okay. I cancel my light spell if it's light outside.
Make your way back to town.
I want
Make my
to
way
grab
back
the
to the
axe
axe.
on
Yeah,
the
I was
way.
gonna
I
say.
was gonna say,
Okay.
grab the axe
Yeah.
on the
Alright,
way out.
you certainly
Nice.
can try.
I'll try.
I'm gonna assist her with a mage hand.
As you walk down to where you're going, you get up and as you look at the axe that's still there, as you get to it, you walk around and look at it, and it is like rusted completely. Like it's like nasty rusted.
It's probably not worth anything.
It looks way different than it did before.
Hmm.
Before it was nice,
Look nice here.
The
Yeah, I was
shiny
gonna say,
with the
I thought
ruby
it looked nice.
gilt and the rubies in it, and still stuck in the tree. No ravens,
No rubies.
just a rusted old axe stuck in the tree.
Does that look different to you guys?
Oh well, yeah. I mean, it's covered in rust.
Yep.
What causes rust in like an hour?
Magic is a weird thing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I'm your magic. Do you know?
I don't know. Your magic, do you know?
Well, your magic. Do you
Yes,
know?
sir.
I asked you first. Come on. You
You're
probably
having a
know.
conversation that you hear finally some things moving and like you're like it sounds like a normal forest. You start hearing sounds of animals and birds and the ravens that were here that were flocking, they're gone.
The animals are back. We should probably go make sure the horses do not get attacked.
So you guys make your way out, find your horses that are still chewing away on probably whatever they can find. By the time you make it out of the forest, you know where you're at, and you head straight back. You round the corner with the horses, and you see off in the distance, and you can see that the village is still there. The plants and things are they're still withered and dead, but it looks like there may be some breeze finally coming in. You finally see the grass actually moving. But before, as you stepped into this valley, it was like plants and things were there's no breeze, no nothing. It's kind of moving. where we'll cut it off. It's 11:30.
Ooh.
Welcome to the first run-in into the world.
Nice. Nice.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, man. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Thanks for, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Hopefully in 2 weeks the other two will be back. And we'll be back with our other normal Secrets in Time campaign. But, yeah, welcome to the first taste of the new world.
That was fun.
Ah, that was
It's
cool.
fun with your new little characters. Didn't even TPK at all. That was great. You guys did fine.
Oh, it's
I
crazy.
was waiting for my turn to come up to see how well that lasted.
What's that?
That's what this week means.
It's bi-weekly right now. I'm in school. I've got a lot of crap going on, so mine is every other weekend. So it'll be in 2 weeks. So I may be doing some other things in the middle. I want to get you two sometime. So this week
Yes.
we'll do a decoding. So we'll go through these two's character if you want to watch. Pull up the other ones. The old decoding we did yours and Red's character. You can kind of see what the other campaign's all about.
The link to the YouTube's still
Yeah,
on the
link
Twitch,
to
right?
YouTube's still on there. A lot of the stuff that's not on Twitch, we've moved over to a YouTube channel, so you get on there and get caught up. The other one's a lot of fun. Those guys are level 12.
No.
All sorts of drama. It's great.
Oh, my.
So yeah, it's bi-weekly right now. Telling you
Belladonna's
through
never
some
opening
stuff
up
I gotta
ever
do.
again.
Hope you enjoyed it. That was good, man. You guys did good.
Oh, that was
That was
good.
good. You didn't go for the wisps. You didn't grab the axe and have the trees come alive and attack you, dude. You guys, I was like,
Ooh, dang.
My theory was if
it's
we
like,
grabbed
don't
the,
touch it.
Oh,
So-
that,
my theory is if we grabbed the axes, it was gonna be something with the ravens, not the trees, right?
Somebody says, I can't read,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh yeah, I get my player artwork criminals.
Murder, how about it?
Nice.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Telling you, if you want to get caught up on the other one, go back, start with the, I have some highlights on there. Unfortunately, the first few sessions we did fell off of Twitch before I realized how short the stay was, so I didn't catch them. But if you get on the YouTube channel, you can do all of the highlights, kind of get you a backstory for these guys, the characters. Did individual ones for each. And then pick it up from there, their adventures through Cholt, going into a portal, getting to Wildmount, now possibly heading back to Waterdeep. I mean, man, I put these guys through hell, so.
and
And
that's
it's on their own
Yeah.
focus. And one's dead and back, so it's cool.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
we,
enjoy,
got,
man.
we got demon curses, packs with evil weapons, selling
Vampire
your soul,
wives.
vampire wives, you know, time tyrants,
Half freaking
yeah,
echo-
half
the echo
cyborg,
people.
yeah, echo people,
the spawn of Satan, apparently.
yeah, time Satan.
Who knows? So yeah, it's a good time. So yeah, this was a good one shot.
This was
There
a
will be probably
very
more
good
from
shot.
this world coming soon.
Yeah.
So this is a Homer world that I've been working on. This just is very small. Now you got a taste of what's happened, at least in this little region, with some of the magics and the stuff that's going on. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See y'all, like I said, hopefully this week. We'll see if we can get a year or two done. So
Be
we'll
fun.
go for that.
That'd be a fun one, yeah.
And
Really
the
fun.
following weekend we'll be back with hopefully everybody at the table. If not,
Yeah.
we could do something like this again.
Right. Take care of your
Yeah,
horses. Drink your bone broth.
Yeah, thanks for staying on watching and chatting.
Yeah.
For the
Watch
forest
out.
owls.
Watch out for those owls.
Watch out for the owl horses. Cool. All right, y'all. Have a good night.
Sorry,
Bye.
one last thing.
Yep.
Mike, what do the horses sound like?
Go back and watch the stream and you'll find out. Sounds like Tigger. You hear a Tigger owl.
Dude, that'd be terrifying. Oh my gosh, like this owl comes
As
Roll a
it flies
perception
by.
check.
Dude, like,
Maybe it
it
will.
doesn't matter if Enzo's a freaking werewolf or not. Like, some kind of owl comes at him and sound like Tigger. No, he's running, fam. Ooh, no.
One of
Cool.
the scariest things in this
You
world.
gotta get to bed. You got work.
I'm the scariest thing in these woods. She's
Cool.
the scariest thing in
Thanks,
these
y'all.
woods.
Thanks for watching. See you next.
Yeah.
Hey, bye!